right, Shalom. We're the real Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, coming to you week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked and sinful queendom called America, which is spiritually Rome, Egypt, Babylon, Sodom, and Gomorrah. Before we go any further, I give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash.
double honors our Apostle El's Great Millstone, all right? We got a special guest in the house from the DC camp, all right, from the DC church. And look, man, things gonna continue as always is. What we're gonna do, prophesy the downfall of this place, man.
That's right.
I got you.
Yeah.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 9. If you get it first, Shamar, you bring it out. Amos 9 and 8.
Yeah.
Amos chapter 9, verse 8 says, Behold, the eyes of Yahweh power are upon the simple kingdom, and he will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
That's right. You know, the scriptures say that the Lord's eyes are upon this simple kingdom. And that's why we're coming out week in and week out. That's why you see Jacob starting to wake up. That's why you see the Lord is revealing who the devil is, and which we've always been telling you, man. You know, the eyes of the Lord power are upon this simple kingdom, which is why you see this thing of ours growing, man. You know, that's why we're able to fellowship, man. We're able to go into any state, wherever, because the Lord's army is growing, man. And we're coming to tell you the downfall of this place. We get 2 Ezra 15, start at 1. You know, we're going to come out here and constantly do our job. We're being more encouraged. You know, our faith is growing. Why? Because the Lord is slowly but surely showing himself, man. You know, revealing himself unto his prophets. You know, you got it.
You want it now?
Yep.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy,
Right.
which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Which the Lord will put in our mouths, man. You know?
Yep.
So these people walking up and down, hating us, having their face turned at us, we don't care, man. You know, the people now that the Hebrew Israelite movement is mainstream, you know, and the whole world is acquiring, we're getting a lot of people waking up, but it's a flip side. You got a lot of people that don't like this, man. You know? But guess what? We don't care. You know? You got some
Yeah, the says something. This is Luke 10 and 16. It says, He that heareth you, heareth me.
Yep.
And he that despiseth you, despiseth me.
That's because we come out and we preach the words that's in this Bible, man. You know, the full thing, man. You know, you everyone always looked at Christians to teach them the Bible, but Christians don't believe fully in the scriptures, man.
Right.
That's why they allowing homosexuals into their congregation. That's why you see a lot of women are the main pastors, the main speakers in churches. You know why? Because they don't agree with the full entirety of the scriptures.
That's right.
That's why he sent his men out into the highways and hedges. You know.
It reads on, Luke 10 and 16, and he that despiseth me, despiseth him that sent me.
Right. And he that despiseth, that was red letter?
That was red letter.
Yeah, Yahweh Shah said he that despises him truly despiseth Yahweh, who the world ignorantly called Jehovah and God.
That's right.
You know? And that's the same thing with us, man. You people up here, you don't like the Hebrew Israelites, you don't like this movement. It's not us that you hate, man. We are St. John 15. This is real quick, St. John 15 and 18. You know? Because the Lord already warned us, the true followers of him, of how our life is going to go, man. You know? But it's a greater reward. So all the stuff that y'all got coming our way, we can care less, man. We're encouraging you to speed up the process. You know?
That's right.
St. John 15 and 18, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me, or it hated you.
Right. If the world hate you, ye know that the world hated me before they hated us, man. You know? So when you come up and down and you people don't like us, you don't like the Hebrew Israelites, you call us anti whatever, you know, that's encouraging, man. That's showing us that we on the right path. That's a faith booster. You know, if people started to just agree by the masses, by the millions, something ain't right, man. Because that's not going aligned with prophecy. You know? Keep on.
It says, verse 19, if ye were of the world would love his own. But ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
Right. So you see all these IUIC under the spotlight, ISUP or Sakari. You know, you got a lot more people gravitating to that type of that scene, so to speak, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's not, people didn't gravitate to Yahweh Shai like that quickly, man.
Yeah.
People were more so offended at him, man. You know, and this is what he was going into. That's what I'm saying.
Yahweh Shai had the fancy garments.
Right.
He didn't have the whole what's that word? Apostle Paul likes to use, the whole theatrics, like behind, like the gimmicks.
Right.
You know, Yahweh Shai wasn't coming with gimmicks, man. You know.
Yahweh Shai was about his father's business, man. You know, and that's what you're going to get when you starting with Apostle Tahar on down, man. You're going to get that from the middle grade Muslim, man. You know, the straight. You know, we going up no other way but that path of difficulty, man. We're not trying to be flashy. We're not trying to be anything, man. You know, and it's not like brothers don't have the funds or the means to do what they want to do, but it's not. This is not the time, man, to be all flashy and marching and looking crazy all on the news, man. You know, you going up in your own way. Why? Because you can tell that there's a different motive, man. It's not all about the Lord's plan. You know, our Father's plan.
They see that flame and glory now.
Yeah, they seeking that what the elder in DC would like to say is they want that pie in the sky now, man. You know, they want the glorious thing now, man. They're not willing to wait. But the scripture said Yahweh Shai was long suffering, man.
That's right.
You know,
It says, verse 20, remember the word that I have said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. It's like if they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
right, and that was a warning, that was an admonishment from Yahweh Shai to his men. You know, that we will be persecuted. You know, and that's a mindset that we are more so in, man. You don't just go out there to just be seen so you can be the center of attention, so to speak, man. You know, you're gonna do your job and understand that persecution is gonna come, man. You know, we're listening to the Lord. You know, we go out to the highways and hedges. You know, we believe that the Lord is dealing with Apostle Tahar. We follow directions from him and his men. You know, we stay within our limits, man, because of what the scriptures are saying. Yahweh Shai was hated. He still have the worst recorded death known to man. He was tortured by a whole city, man. You see, and just like him, they're gonna want to do the same thing for us, man. And if you seeking validation from the world, you're not gonna be ready to go through that persecution, man.
Yeah, I do some a quick short up, and it was going up. Doctor was going into pain of what Yahweh Shai faced upon the cross, and it's some type of vein right here in your hand. I forgot what he called that vein, but every time you beat to the breath, it was excruciating pain. So every time he breathed in and it breathed out, it was excruciating pain, and the doctor was choking up like, "Yo, I couldn't have done that." You know, just laying back off of you.
Yeah, man. Most people couldn't do it. Hell, no, I wouldn't want to do it, man. You know, Yahweh Shai himself begged the Lord to take that away from him.
Yeah, he did.
You see, but he did that, man. Mm-hmm. He did that for his men. He did that for his nation, man. Yep. You know, he did that for prophecy's sake, man. So that the prophecy in the Old Testament would be fulfilled, man. And that's what he did. He came and fulfilled the law, man. You know? Because then if he didn't do that, we will all be gone, man, because we can't uphold it. You
right.
see? So the men that he's truly dealing with, because the scriptures say there's going to be some that say, Lord, Lord. But when he come back, he's going to say he haven't known me, man. So everybody with borders of blue and fringes on is not of Yahweh Shai, man. That's why the main Israelite camp that they're putting in mainstream is IUIC. Israel united in Christ. You know, they not introducing you to the true power we are, man. And that's why we are truly hated, man. You go back to John real quick.
I had some real quick what you said. Going back to the law, because it's not just about the law, man. We're practicing this thing. This is Judges 5:11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the place of drawing waters, there shall rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. So look, yeah, it ain't all about that, man. We're gonna do this to the best of our ability. We're not saved. We saved from the blood of Yahweh Shai, man. We're not saved off of keeping the law perfectly.
Right.
You know, you saying that alone, you going off, man. We're in a captivity. We're not gonna keep this stuff perfect.
Yeah, I appreciate for that. This is Galatians 2, 2:16. It says, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Beautiful.
Even we have believed in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach that we might be justified by the faith of Hamashiach and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified.
Damn, right on point. That's why brothers can go any. This song, yo, man, it's beautiful, man. But the point is that, you know, we're justified through having this faith, man.
Right.
And you're gonna show your faith by doing the works, not just oh well, I got fringes on my T-shirt. You know, I got fringes around my what's that, the mask thing you used to wear when you had the mask up. You know that fringes all down that. No, man. We're justified by having faith in what is written and what Yahweh Shai said that he was going to do, man.
That's right. And if you believe in Yahweh Shai, what you're going to do is try to keep the law to the best of your ability. You know, but you're not going to let your conscience weigh you down, man. You know, because you know we're going to have times when we fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, but you're not supposed to sit there and let that put you in a depressing state. Because we know we're not bound by just that, man. But that don't mean you want to sit there and be a wicked motherfucker, man. You know, that don't mean you just sit there and go eat some pork because you don't feel like you're gonna. That's when you go. The spirit gonna be taken away from you.
Yeah.
Don't forget that faith, the Hakodash, the Holy Spirit. These are all gifts, man. This is not something that you just that is owed to you. It's a gift and it can be taken away from you, man. You know.
Got that for you if you want it. This is Ephesians 2:8. It says, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is the gift of Yahweh.
Yeah, it's the gift of Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know?
It says, not of works, lest any man should boast.
Right, not of works, least any man should boast, man. You know, that word least meaning fulfill. You know, fulfill any man should boast. Start thinking much of yourself, man. Yeah. You get First Corinthians 8:1. You know, because that's when you get tripped up, man. You know, you start getting you know, the spirit start dealing with you more and more. You know, you start to feel yourself, man. You start to think. That's where people start challenging the apostles, man. You know, they get a nice little knowledge. Yeah. You know, it be those the greatest speakers, man, that fall. Because you starting to think something of yourself, not knowing that this is all of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You're supposed to boast in him. You're not supposed to boast in yourself because this is a gift, man. You know? It says Apollo water, and the Most High give the increase. You know? It's not of you, man. It's of the Spirit. You got that?
1 Corinthians 8:1 says, now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we have knowledge puffed up, but charity edified.
Right, knowledge puffed up, but charity edified. Keep going.
It says, and if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know.
Yet as he ought to know. If any man think he knoweth something, you know, you start to smell yourself, you know, then you really knoweth nothing, man. All that knowledge that you done gained is not profiting you, man.
Right.
You know, it's a scripture in the Apocrypha, I believe it's Sirach, where it says that that there is one that teacheth many, but unprofitable unto himself. Man.
Yeah,
You don't want to
yeah.
be that guy. Man. You don't want to be that guy, because we've seen those examples time and time again. You know, the Lord will send you an example for the men that he that's his to fear, man. You know, you don't want to be those examples, man. That's why you're supposed to stay as humble as you should be, because you know that a persecution is coming, man. You know that hell is about to come up to this place, man. You know what happened. Just real quick.
Matthew chapter 20.
Because Yahweh Shah tell us time and time again that we're gonna have to bear our own cross, man. You know, you're Jake walking around in this world. You should know that heat is coming unto the whole nation, man.
I got that precept. I can bring it back
Yep.
on the shop. This is Sirach 39 and 17. It says, it says,
How do you approach a man? 9 kings, 1 man.
yeah, here you go.
250,000 dead soldiers.
This is Sirach 37 and 19. There is one that is wise and teach many, and yet is unprofitable to himself.
Right. There's one that is wise and teaches many, but yet he's unprofitable unto himself. You know, so you have a lot of guys that can go from precept to precept, from the first page to the last page of the entire scriptures. But guess what? He's thinking that knowledge is of him.
Yep.
He's thinking, since he was sitting there laboring and doing all this research, that this is all come from him. And he didn't acknowledge the spirit. So now he's unprofitable unto himself. Now he helped all these men walk them close to their salvation, but he's destined for damnation. You know? That sounds like those top men in them upper camps. You know, because they know the scriptures. They very eloquent when they speaking, but them themselves is heading for damnation. Why? Because they're more interested in what this world has to offer rather than the kingdom of heaven. They didn't read Matthew's the 4th chapter when Yahweh Shah was offered all of this, man. Yeah. He was offered all of this and he still refused, man. You know? That's why they did this real quick.
So Matthew 20 and 20.
Right?
Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She said unto him, Grant that these my 2 sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on thy left.
Right, so what's going on is you got Zebedee's, the mother of James and John, going to Yahweh Shah asking for her sons to sit on his right and left hand, man. They believed in him, they believed in the words, and they said, look, man, we want to follow you, you know? Go ahead.
It says, one on thy right hand and the other on thy left, and on the left, in thy kingdom. But Yahweh Shah answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of?
So he's asking them right here and there to count the cost, man. Do you know what you asking? Do you know what it means to be a prophet of the Heavenly Father and a prophet, a follower of Yahweh Shah, man? Or do you truly know what that encompasses, man? Because you got 2,000 IUIC members marching around the Barclays, but do all those men, have they considered what's coming to the believers, man?
Right.
Are they considering what happened to our Lord? Is this stuff ringing a bell in these people's minds, man? Now we're trying to identify who are the men of the scriptures, man? Who are the prophets that the Lord is dealing with? Right? Keep going.
It says, but to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father.
Read up on that.
It says, verse 22 again, Matthew 20 and 22. But Yahweh Shah answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask.
Right.
And It's like, are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They say, it's like, they say unto him, we are able.
We are able. He was saying, do you know the cup that I have to drink of? Do you know the baptism that and we're not talking about being jumped into some water, man.
Right.
Where he said, I believe John the Baptist said in Matthew's 3rd chapter that Yahweh will come and baptize you with water and fire, man. That fire is of adversity, man. And he was going to have to go through the adversity first, man. So he's saying, are you sure? Do you know what you're applying for? And that's a true question to all these jakes, man, because there's a lot of people that like what's going on, man. With the Kyrie and the Kanye situation, and now they say, oh, the Negroes, the Israelites. Do you know what that encompasses, man? To put on this border of blue and Frenches, man? To be the spotlight of the world, you know? These people know exactly who we are, man. And quite frankly, they don't like us, man. That's why they call us anti-whatever, man. I ain't trying to get brothers challenged, right? You know? That's so you know the hate is coming.
Yep.
We read it in St. John the 15th chapter that the Lord told us that the servant is not greater than his master. So what his master went through, we're gonna have to go through, man.
Mm-hmm.
But people not really preparing for that. They just want to be a part of something, man. Jake just gravitate when they see something it's going well, man. You know? But it's going to be a time where it's not cool to be an Israelite, man. And you're going to see a lot of people turning in their garments, man.
Yep.
Saying, oh, no, I ain't with all this, man. I ain't trying to sacrifice that much, man. People are not truly willing to die for the Lord, man. You see?
Yep.
You got something?
Yeah. This is Sirach 2:1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right. It says, prepare thy soul for temptation, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's telling you that what the temptation means. You're going to be tested.
Yep.
You're going to see. You're not just going to fly to the kingdom. You know? You're going to be tested, man. You're going to see if you really are about the Lord, man. Yeah.
Yep. This is Sirach 2:1 again. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble.
Right. It says, set thy heart aright,
Mm-hmm.
and constantly endure, man. The word endure means to make hard. Your situation ain't gonna be easy, but you can't make haste in the time of trouble.
Yep.
You can't run because now the spotlight is on the Israelites, and a lot of people don't like us, man.
Yep.
Now is the time where you gotta go harder, man. Start preaching and teaching the truth of the scriptures, because a lot of lies are going to start coming out, man.
Yep.
You know, the first lie is saying that we anti-Semitic. You know, because now you have to educate people. What do that truly mean? Do you know? Who is Shem? Because it's Shemet.
Yep.
Who is Shem? And who comes from that? You know? Now we're going to have to start defending the gospel.
It's Psalm 94:16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Right?
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Man, that's a question, man. Who going to stand up for the Lord against the workers of iniquity, the evildoers, man? You know, who's the one who's going to truly do that? Who was the one that was exposing who the true devil was?
Yeah.
Who the world was given into the hands of the wicked? Who is the wicked, man? We've been telling you, man. The people who stole our identity, man.
Yeah.
The biggest identity thieves there is, man.
Uh-huh.
It takes for a Kanye West to show the masses who the devil is, and we've been told you, man.
Yeah.
The devil had no choice but to show himself, man. Kanye sat there and said, look, they gonna want to kill me. They gonna destroy me for this, man. And he went from having billions, man, tens of billions, man, to just hundreds of millions within a week. That'd be very tough to do, man. It's very tough to do to if you had $10 billion to spend it within a week to be down to 100 million. That's not easy, man. You can't even sleep if that was a task, man. To spend that much money, man, that shows you the power of this devil, man. You know?
Hey, the scriptures say who's going to fight? Because if we live to these Christians, look, they not fighting for the wickedness that's going on here, man.
Nah.
They're down like we was going into. Hey, look, a lot of these pastors in these churches are women, right? A lot of them. They don't condemn homosexuality. They accept it. You know?
A lot of the choir directors, you know,
Yep.
are a little crooked.
Locky boys.
Yeah, man. You know? So how are you standing up against the evildoers, man?
Mm-hmm.
The scriptures say in Malachi 3:6, the Lord don't change, man. You know? Or the Most High don't change. It says in the Hebrews, the 13th chapter, that Yahweh Shai don't change, man. So everything that's written in the scriptures is still the same, man. That means we don't deal with homosexuality, man. Why? Because it promotes death, man. It's a filthy act. You know? So who's the ones that's truly standing up? Read it again, Papa Sean.
This is Psalm chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Unless Yahweh Shai have been my help, my soul have almost dwelt in silence.
Nah, that was the point. You know? But the answer is us, man. You know, starting with Apostle Tahar on down, man. You know, and that's not to say that you don't have some men of the Lord in these other camps, man. But you're judged by your leaders, man. As the king is, so is his people.
That's right.
You know?
And look, going back to that precept we brought out, opened up with, that's why the Lord's going to judge this place, man.
Right.
Because of the way the leaders are ruling it. They're ruling it in wickedness.
That's right. Go back to Sirach.
You want me to read some more of that?
Yeah,
come.
the whole time.
Come. Back in Sirach 2 and 3, it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right. And this is what we doing, man. We cleaving unto the Lord, man. Mm-hmm. You know? We know the hate is coming, you know? We can only guess what the man just said in his head when he read the sign, man. You know? The world think we are complete fools to think that we are the true Hebrew Israelites, man. Mm-hmm. You know? They don't believe that what we saying the truth.
Yeah.
The masses, man. But that's not supposed to stop you from doing what you do, man. That's not supposed to alter your faith, man. You know, you're supposed to cleave unto the Lord, man, with all your might. You know, identify the men that's like-minded with you and get these beat times up to them, man. You know.
That's what for. This is Sirach chapter 13, and I'll start at 22. It says, I get to the point. 23. It says, when a rich man speak, every man holdeth his tongue, and look, what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow was this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
Right. So if take us out, put Kanye right here, this street will be flooded, man. The media will be flooded, man. They want to know what he got to say, you know? But at the same time, they'll call him crazy. But they still want to listen to him, you know? Which he don't even know exactly what's going on, man. I just seen a video on the way up there where he fought through his security to take a picture with a mo.
Wow.
You know? But yet he's a soldier for the Lord. Right. That's why he won't drop that name, Jesus, man. And you can tell he learned from someone from the One West, man. Talking about eugenics, talking about Margaret Sanger, that Planned Parenthood is the real Holocaust, man. Where did he get that from? Right. He got that from the Israelites. So if he got all that, if he gathered all that information from us, how in the hell don't he know that Jesus is not the name? Right. How in the hell do he not know that? You see? Yep. But the people, they want to follow him, man. You know? The people that say, yeah, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, man, that's not brothers celebrate when Jake wake up, but this is not the time to celebrate when you, because people just want to be a part of shit, man. They not counting the cost. They not out here going hard for the Lord, man.
That's right. So that was it on that. So I'm gonna go back. All right.
Yes, sir.
So James chapter 4, verse 8 says, draw nigh to the Most High, he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners. Purify your hearts, you double-minded.
Right. You know, if you was genuine, if you were genuine, then the Lord will actually deal with you, man. What it say in Revelations, I think it's 3:20. You know, the Lord will give you an opportunity, but it's a lot of people that He don't want. Yeah, I said 6 a lot. About the shop real quick. You know, you got it.
Yep. It's Revelation 3:20. It says, I start 19. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, repent. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me.
Right. So if you hear the voice of the Lord, if you was born, if your spirit was leading you towards this, that's the Lord knocking at the door, man. He can come in any form. So if you did hear from Kanye, I wouldn't advise you to keep listening to him to try to learn who you are. But now that seed has sparked, man. You know, that seed has sparked where you is telling you, look, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the people in the book, man. They are the true Hebrew Israelites, man. So that's the Lord. If you are a bit interested in that, that's the Lord knocking at the door, man. You know? And letting them in is going deeper into this, man. Trying to find who He is, man. But guess what? The Lord don't want all of us, man. Because we talked about how our Lord was crucified. He was given up by our people, man. Our people wanted, they chose Barabbas, a murderer, a known murderer, over the Lord, man. That's like if you watch Criminal Minds or something like that. You will see one of these serial killers who do some crazy ass shit, and you'll choose him to dwell amongst your community rather than the Lord. Dominant.
Yeah.
Having somebody like that around,
Yeah.
you know, over the Lord, man.
Hey, you see that when the guy was interviewing, showing who he was? They said, well, he is kind of cute.
People bug the hell out, man. And that's why not everyone is going to be saved. That's why this scripture is here. Get that?
You just have to.
It's Isaiah 9,
right?
Yes. It says, He said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not.
Right?
And see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the hearts of the people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed.
Right. And again, that word less means fulfill, man. You know? So if that's why the angel said, shut up their minds, man. You know, make the heart of these people fat. You know, they shut their eyes, man. They closed up the ears. So why you won't understand? A lot of the people that hear about this Hebrew Israelite thing think it's a joke because your understanding have been shut up. Why? Because there was something that the Jews was saying, the true Jews was saying when they were putting Yahushua up on the cross. They said, if He be the Son of Man, let His blood be on us and our children. You know? Now, some of them were saved, if you read it in Acts, or some of them were forgiven, so to speak, if you read it in Acts. But a lot of them, that curse is still on you, man. You know? So you're not going to take this thing serious. That's why you can't get up in arms. If you read it in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, it says, let not the incredulity of them trouble you, meaning the unbelief of them trouble you, man. It's going to be 2/3 of our people that's not going to be down with this movement, man. You know? Keep going.
It says, verse 11, then said I, Lord, how long? And He answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitants, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate, and the Lord Yahweh Shai have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land.
So basically, when all destruction hit, that's when that seal and that shutting up of your understanding, that's when it's going to be taken off of you, man. When you're dead, when you're gone, man. You know, and we have to bring you back through our wounds, man. You see, so 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off, and we understand that, man. You know, that's why the scriptures say two admonishments and reject. You know, and that's going to be some brother's test, man. Going back to Sirach, the 2nd chapter. You know, because it may be someone super close to you, man. You got to be okay with it. You got to, that's a part of counting the cost, man.
Yep.
You know, that's a part of the baptism with Yahweh Shai, man. You know, you want to go back to Sirach?
So back in Sirach chapter 2, verse 4, it says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state."
And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. That word patience means to suffer.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
You got to understand, you're going to suffer in this thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like a bro said earlier, like he was feeling depressed, man. That's a normal feeling to a man in the truth, man.
Yep.
The difference is we have coping mechanisms that we believe in, man. So the depression can't take you down. That's why it says take it cheerfully, man. Get second address 10 and 15. Dr. Shaw, just real quick.
And that depression is a demon. You can't let that demon fester, man.
Yeah, man. You got address that demon with the spirit of the Lord, man. You know, trust in the power of the Lord, man. You know, learn how to say rebuke. I rebuke thee, Satan, in Hebrew, man. You know. Say it again, you see, and you say that 7 times, man, and believe that demon gonna flee from you. You know, go back and read Matthew's the 4th chapter. See how Yahweh Shai got rid of that demon. You know, by using the scriptures, by using the word and believing on the words, man. They ain't gonna work if you don't believe, man.
It's 2nd Ezra is 10 and 17.
Hey, look, real fast, because you got to use your gift. That back to what we read in Ephesians, you got to use this gift, man. It's faith. You know, when it comes to these times that we're living in, man.
That's right.
Stand back now.
That's right. You got it.
So 2nd Ezra is 10 and 15. It says, "Now therefore keep thy sorrow to thyself, and bear with a good courage that which hath befallen thee."
Right. It says, "Now therefore keep thy sorrows to thyself, and bear thee with a good courage that would have befallen thee," man. Showing you that trouble it's not going to be all fine and dandy. I got it. It's not going to all be fine and dandy, man. It's not all going to be the pieces and cream, man. You know. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Do you know the baptism that I shall be baptized with?" Matter of fact, we can go into it, man. Isaiah 53, we start at 4. You know, let's go into some of the things that we can go back to Sirach, the 2nd chapter, because once you hear the things that was prophesied that Yahweh Shai was going to go through, and then it was actually fulfilled, that's the baptism that he was talking about, man. Yep. And it's going to come your way, man. That's what it says it in Sirach. You got it?
So Isaiah chapter 53, verse 4.
Right.
"Surely he have borne our griefs and carried our sorrows." It's like carry our sorrows, yet we did esteem. Yet we did esteem him when stricken and smitten of the Most High and afflicted.
Keep going.
But he was
right. It says, "Yet we did esteem him." What is that? Stricken. We basically didn't even care, man. We paid him no mind. You know, and all the hell that he was going through was for us, man. The same people that was choosing to murder him over him, man. He was making sure that our nation didn't go to naught, man. You know? But he was born, he was taking all our griefs, man. All our sin, all our troubles was on him, man. And he took it. Keep on.
It says, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted, but he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed.
And with his stripes we were healed. Man. That's why Jake is able to walk up and down the street and do whatever the hell they want. It's because of this man named Yahweh Shah, man. Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. You know? And his face and everything about him was covered with this, they covered him with this dude named Cesare Borgia, man. And they called him Jesus Christ, man. You know? Excuse me, can I ask you a quick question? Are you a follower of Jesus Christ? You see? Our people, they follow Jesus, man. They follow Jesus, and if I would have asked her, do she follow Yahweh Shah, she would have said, who is that? You see? That was just a quick example, man. How that man, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, enabled all of us to live this life, but no one acknowledged it, man. Keep going.
It says, all we like sheep have gone astray.
All we like sheep has gone astray. Keep on.
We have turned everyone to his own way.
We only care about us, man. The majority of our people, what's the one of the biggest things that people, black people, so-called black people say about themselves is we just can't come together, man. Everybody come together and build this and that. We can't come together, man. Because that's a characteristic of the Israelites, man. You know, all we like sheep has gone astray, man. We've gone and did our own thing, man. Keep going.
It says, and Yahweh Shah have laid on him the iniquity of us,
and
of us all.
Right, and it pissed the Lord off, it pissed the Most High off, and all of our iniquities were laid on Yahweh Shah, man. It was all put on him. You know how Yahweh Shah said that we have to bear our own cross, man? He bared all of our crosses and his, man, from his past lives, if you want to go that deep, man.
Yep.
You know? And he took it off. He took it on, man. Keep going.
It says, he was oppressed and he was afflicted.
Jake be marching up and down saying Black Lives Matter, this, that, and the third, talking and complaining about our oppression. Well, what about the oppression that this man went through for us, man? Here it is, there's a Martin Luther King Boulevard in every hood, in every state, you know?
Yeah.
But where's the boulevards for Yahweh Shah, man? Go ahead.
It says, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep for her shears is dumb. So he opened not his mouth.
Right, he opened not his mouth, man. Jake can't even take a 6-month sentence without crying and complaining, man. He went through the worst recorded death and he opened not his mouth, man. Even Pilate looked at him and said, and that was fulfillment of the scriptures when Pilate looked at him and said, do you know that I have the power to save you? Respond to me, man. He opened not his mouth, man. You see? That's the man that we worship. That's the man that we follow, man. When James and John said, after he asked, are you able to go through the baptism that I shall be baptized with? They said that we are able, man. And that's what we saying.
Yep.
That's what we saying. That's why we're out here, man.
Yep.
That's why can't nobody, the incredulity of these people, you can't get us off our course, man. Because if this thing be of the Most High, no one can destroy it, man. And that's why this thing of ours are growing, man. The army of Yahweh Bahashim Shah is growing, man. And it's not for the world to see. It's for his men to see it, man.
That's right.
You got it.
Yeah, it just goes to show you this is what Jake is doing in their grace period. This is how they're showing the Lord their thanks, right? By taking heed to the word, going about their Saturday, munching and crunching on, pretty sure Jake needs some abominable in there, you know. But that's the things they show our Lord, and then, like I saw an article last week, no, a couple of days ago, that the woman was all up in arms because her son got shot pulling out Thanksgiving food. She's about to go cook, and you wonder why. He was getting food out of the trunk. Why'd they shoot him?
He didn't deserve it.
That's another story.
But you see, that's the world that we're subjected into, man.
Yep.
That's why Sirach, the second chapter, is super heavy, man. Because really what we do, we're talking to our fellow brother, and Lord's willing, we be them men, man. We stand humble and we taking heed to a chapter like Sirach, the second chapter. Brothers know me, know that this is my favorite chapter, man. This is my favorite chapter. Why? Because it encompasses everything that we need to in order to obtain salvation. Yes, you need to know the breakdowns and be good with precept, but that's not going to save you, man. These instructions are going to save you.
That's right. So, going back to Sirach 2 and 5, it says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity."
Can you read that again?
This is Sirach 2 and 5. "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity."
Right. This is how you find out, are you acceptable or not, man? That's why I got the precept, 2nd Ezra 10 and 15. "Now therefore keep thy sorrows to thyself, man, and bear thee with a good courage." Because when you're going through troubles, this is to build you up, man. This is the test to see if you truly are a follower and you believe in Yahweh Shah, man. You have to have proper understanding. No, we're not gonna sit there and pray and ask for trouble. It don't feel good,
Right.
But when it's happening, we bear it with a good courage because we understand the process that now we have to take, man. We have to prove to the Lord that we truly believe in it, man.
It said gold is tried in fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Adversity is difficulties, misfortune, bad luck, hardship, because that's what's going to come. Sorrow, misery, pain, woe, tribulation, mishap. That was pretty much it for that.
Good. Read that real quick.
Job 23 and 10. "For he knoweth the way that I take, and tried me, I shall come forth as gold."
Right, and that's a bold statement by Job. And brothers know what Job went through, man. You have to consider what Job had went through, because he was labeled what? An acceptable man. Because he made it through that furnace of adversity. He said, "But he knoweth the way that I take. When he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold," man. When you buy some gold off the street and you want to see if it's real, you apply fire to it, man. And after the fire goes away, you can see if it's real or not, man. Job went through what he went through, and he came forth as gold, man. You read the 5th verse again?
Sir, this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 5. "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity."
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Verse 6. "Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him."
Yeah, that's faith, man.
Yep.
Believe in him, and he will help thee, man. He will order your way up right, man. You got to believe in him, man. Yo, 1 Peter 4:12. Got precept?
Yeah, quickly. Because this is what our people are taught to do in these last days. This is Jeremiah 17 and 5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord."
And whose heart departed from the Lord. So when it was all good, You know, your bills were paid, life was going as planned. You know, it was easy to say, yo, yeah, I believe in the Lord, X, Y, and Z. But soon as all hell breaks loose, now you looking like, oh shit, man, where the help going from? This, that, and the third. You bugging out. You losing faith.
Yep.
You forgot to pray. You forgot to ask the Lord to help you out this situation, man. You know, you steady calling your parents or your homeboys or something to see if you can get the rent. You know, instead of worrying about the scriptures, man. Worrying about what the Bible say, man. You know, nah, man, I gotta pick up extra hours. I ain't gonna be at camp this week, man. Not believing that the Lord can make a way for you, man. You know.
And look, Jake was getting down with the jab.
Yeah.
Well, what am I supposed to do? I got a family, you know, I'm losing my job.
All this, I'm not gonna take the MOTB.
Yeah.
Oh nah, man, I can't do that. Nah, they ain't gonna bait me in. I don't care. You gonna kill me. As soon as that trial one came, man. As soon as that trial one came, a lot of Jake was like, man, I don't know, man. I got my family. They talking about I can't work without the jab. Instead of believing on the Lord, man. Scriptures say that the Most High put His word above His name, man. His word above His name. You gotta hold Him to it, man.
That's right. So back in Sirach 2:6, it says, believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in Him. It says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for His mercy, and go down aside, lest ye fall.
Right. If you truly fear the Lord, you're gonna wait for His mercy, man. Even if you lose stuff, man, you still wait on the Lord. You wait on His mercy, man.
Yep.
Even if it looks like He about to take you back to the spirit world, wait on His mercy, man. Maybe it is mercy for you to go back to the spirit world. You just gotta trust the Lord.
Yep.
Proverbs 3:5 says, trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. But Jake tend to lose all the scriptures when hell breaks loose. It's like you boxing for a fight, man. You getting ready for a fight, year-long fight. You training. As soon as you get hit with a good one, all your techniques, everything went right out the window.
Yep.
And now you just fighting because you don't want to get hit no more. You lost all your technique. You just swinging. You going crazy. You know. And you're gonna get knocked out, man. You gotta keep with your basics, no matter what's going down in your life, man. You know?
And a quick one.
Yeah.
This is Sirach 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee.
And that word strive means fight, man. This is a fight, man. But you have to know what fight that you fighting, man. You fighting spirits more than anything, man. When you depressed, that's a spirit. You know? That's why brothers gotta know how often you should be listening to music. You know, you gotta know how often you should be watching certain TV shows, how often you should be watching sports, how often you should be doing anything, man.
Yep.
You know, because it's all spirits, man. Spirits will fuck you up, man.
Yep.
You have to understand how to fight in this truth, man. And that comes with growth. You know?
Jay don't know how to balance.
Yeah, man. This thing of ours is not for the weak, man. I don't care if you could do 300 push-ups a day. That's not going to save you here, man. You have to know that there's demons that's asking for permission to try you each and every day, man. Oh, nah, I'm just a little pup in this thing. Ain't it? No, you too, man.
Right.
You too. That's it. Lord.
It's Proverbs 22:3. The prudent man foreseeth the evil, hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Right, man. So you gotta ask yourself, who are you, man? You know? A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. How can a prudent man foresee evil? Because of the prophecies, man. We know what's coming, man. And how do you hide yourself? Under the wings of the Lord, man. Scriptures say in Proverbs 18:10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe, man. You know?
You ready for it?
Yep.
This Psalms. Proverbs 18:10. It says, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe."
Yep. And the righteous runneth into it and are safe, man. You know, we know our power source, man. We know our power source, man. And this is how we combat and fight those spirits, man. This is how we can recognize when we are under attack, man. And another way to do it, or recognize when a demon is on attack, is your brothers around you, man.
Yep.
When brothers is getting fucked up, you know, brothers is down and low in the spirit, you gotta know when you and the body that is around you is under attack, man. And you gotta run to the spirit. Run to the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, man, for protection. You know?
I got one more backing up that Proverbs we just read.
Yep.
We in Psalms 9:9. It says, "The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For the Lord has not forsaken them that seek thee."
Wait, it says they that know thy name.
Yeah.
You see? But the name was written all over the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
See? That's how you know that the name of the Lord is a mystery. Right?
Yep.
You know? The people who are followers of Jesus, it's starting to look like in today's time, you're falling victim to Isaiah 6:9. Your understanding will shut up because now the truth is out there and you still can't get it. You still can't receive it, man.
Yep.
You know?
That was on that.
Yeah, we go back to Sirach.
Okay. So back in Sirach chapter 2, verse 8, it says, Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy.
Right? And everlasting joy and mercy. This place can only offer you joy for about a couple of minutes, man. You know? Even when something good is happening, you feeling good, you know it's only but for a short period of time, man. We're still gonna have to go back to hell, to oppression, you know? We're hoping for everlasting, man.
Yep.
We're making, you know, Jake be talking about the ish people's secrets is investing. We're making the strongest investment you can ever make, man.
Yeah.
You know?
What they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Well, all our eggs is going in this basket, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
That's right, bro. You got it, bro.
It's Sirach chapter 29, verse 11. It says, "Lay up thy treasure according to the commandments of the Most High, and this shall bring thee more profit than gold." Sirach chapter 29, verse 11. "Lay up thy treasure according to the commandment of the Most High, and this shall bring thee more profit than gold."
And it should bring you more profit than gold, man. That's what everybody out here is seeking, man.
Right.
You know, if they had a opportunity to get a brick of gold, probably worth $6 or $7 million over this truth, you're gonna take that brick of gold, man. You know, but this is way more profitable than gold.
Yeah.
This is way more profitable than anything that this world has to offer, man. You know. That's why we hope for good and everlasting joy and mercy.
That's right.
You see? Keep on this rock.
I had a quick precept real fast about the Shah.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 8:5. It says, "If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things?"
What is richer than wisdom that worketh all things, man? That's heavy, man.
Yep.
Because that's why who's that? King Solomon.
Yep.
King Solomon, he asked for wisdom, man. And since he asked for wisdom, what did he get? He got everything, man.
Yeah.
He was known as the wisest man to walk the earth, man.
Yep.
You see?
Oh, it's like,
So what's more important than wisdom, man?
That's right.
And gaining this wisdom?
that's right.
Nothing, man.
Because you have our people You know, especially these athletes, entertainers. You know, they get money. They don't know what to do with it. Well, if you have this wisdom, you gonna know how to delegate and how to manage and how to move society. If you got a little something, even if you don't have nothing.
Right.
You know, this wisdom teaches you everything, man.
That's right.
All right. So back in Sirach 2 and 9, it says, ye that fear the Lord hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
Right.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Verse 11, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction.
And saveth in the time of affliction, man. So this is what we believe.
Yeah.
If you say you got faith, you believe that, man.
Yeah.
So if you're going through your troubles and now you done lost all the basics of what we believe, how much did you truly believe, man? That's the test, man. So when something is going on, it don't feel good. It's not the best feeling, you know. It's fucked up because you're gonna have to crawl your way out of whatever hole is coming your way. But you're being tested to see if you truly believe, man. So now you got to take that with joy, man. You got to take that trouble with joy so you can prove to the Lord how much you believe in him. And you putting it to a test, man. He said that he gonna protect you.
That's right.
He said in the time of affliction, he saved you, man.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier, the Lord put his name, the Most High put his name, his word over his name, man.
Hey, you know, like these Christians say, "Oh, I'm saved and delivered." You know, the Lord said that what where is it at? Save him in the time of affliction.
Mm-hmm.
He's letting us know that affliction is going to come.
Yeah, man.
Hard times, troubling times are going to come. So we ain't saved from nothing yet, man. He didn't do it to the end. The saints shall be saved. So you're Christians, man.
Yeah, man. Bro, we just seen the guys that appeared to have super faith crumble, man. That's why the test matters, man. You still got 1 Peter 4:12. Oh, go ahead.
You said, you know, the Lord put his name above his word. He put his word above his name.
Yeah.
So Hebrews chapter 6, verse 18, 20 to 19 says that by two immutable things in which it is possible, which it was impossible for the Most High to lie, we might have a strong consolation, who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, both sure and steadfast, and which enter into that wherein it's like within the veil, whither whether the forerunner is for us entereth the it says verse 20, whither the forerunner is for us entereth, even Yahweh Shai made an high priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. I think the point is 18.
Yeah, read the point.
Yeah. It says Hebrews chapter 6, verse 18. It says that by two immutable things in which it is impossible for the Most High to lie, we might have a strong consolation who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us.
Yeah, because it's impossible for the Lord to lie, man. You know, so that's our strong consolation. That's what our hope lies in, man. You know, the belief in these words, man. That's why none of these people, we don't fear these people, man. We don't fear the Ish people. We don't care how powerful they are, man. We don't care if they own everything in America.
12 tribes of Israel, yeah.
Yeah, the 12 tribes of Israel. You know who they are?
It's a disciple.
Huh?
Tribes, that's a disciple.
No, it means family.
Tribes.
Yeah, 12 tribes means family. Each of these people, they are men. And we come from,
That's enough the name of
you know? We don't fear nobody. We don't fear these people. We fear the name. We fear the names of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. That's the gods of the Bible. You know, that's who we came from. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yeah.
That's who we came from. You know, they were all colored men. You believe that? Y'all believe in the Bible?
I don't believe in anything.
You don't believe in anything? That's a tough world to live in.
10 minutes.
That's a tough
Next
mind to
time.
play in.
See you later.
All right.
Yes, we will. We'll see you later.
Enjoy your kingdom. I got a quick one.
Yep.
Since he said that.
We're gonna see them later, all right?
Yeah.
I said 14.
That's where I was going. Huh?
Oh, okay.
That's where I was going. Huh?
That's what we're gonna do.
It's Psalms 14:1. It says, "The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good."
There's none that. Can
Right.
you read that again, Shah?
God. This is Psalms 14:1. "The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good."
Man, if you someone who don't believe in nothing, imagine what that man is capable of.
What he's done already.
Or what he's done. That's defines America right there. That dude eating a pepperoni pizza. That's America. You know? That's America right there. I'm eating this swine, this pork.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't believe in nothing. I'm just living my life. You know, it's a great place to live. You know?
They also eat mice too, man.
Yeah, completely. You know? But go 1 Peter 4:12 just real quick.
So 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Chapter 4, verse 12 says, "Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you."
Right. Think it not strange, man. Remember what we got. Remember what we're into, man. You know? Remember the warnings, man. The first verse in Sirach 2:1 says what? Prepare your soul for temptation, man. If you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. So when something have come across you, you can't think it's strange, man. You know? Just be like, oh shit, now you gotta be ready. You gotta be on go for a test, man. You gotta know the test can come at any point in time. That's why you can never get complacent, man. That's why Apostle Tahar say 3 videos a week. And you got Jake bucking up on that, man.
Yeah.
Why do you think he's saying that? It's deeper than what you can just see. You know? Why do you think he's saying do 3 videos a week? And then say you should be doing 1 every week? Meaning you should be in the spirit, man.
That's right.
You know? There's times that you just need to check out of the Matrix, man. In the movie Matrix, there was a time when they know they were in trouble, they called.
Yeah.
Yo, where's this phone? I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know? That's how you gotta be in this truth, man. Yeah, you gotta go in the world to make a living. You know? But there's gonna be times that you gotta check out of the Matrix. You gotta go feed your spirit. Because when something happens, you in the spirit, you know what to do. Oh shit, it's a test. You know? Read it again.
It's 1 Peter 4:12. "Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you,
Keep going.
but rejoice in as much as ye have it's like as much as ye are partakers of Mashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceedingly joy."
Keep your eyes on the prize, man. You got to keep your eyes on the prize, man. You're supposed to be glad with exceeding joy that you are able to be a partaker of this sufferings with the Lord, man. Because he's with us, man. He's with us. And you and know when you make him proud, when you go through whatever you got to go through, and you believe on him, and you pass the test, so to speak, you making him proud, man. You know? You're keeping your eyes on the prize, man. You can finish off Sirach.
Okay. So back in Sirach chapter 2, and I started 11. It says, "For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction." It says, "Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways."
It says, woe meaning destruction, be to the fearful hearts and the faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways, man. The sinner that goeth two ways is that dude that's out there in the garment, you know, and it's all good. It's all good. Ain't nothing going on. Life is normal. So it's cool to be a follower of Yahweh Shema Shah. But watch when the hate of the world come.
Yep.
Watch when the hate of the world come in, and now with Matthew's the 10th chapter, you know, let's go there. Matthew's 10, you know, where it tells you to start at 16, I believe. Let's start at 16 and just start reading down. You know? Because it's easy right now to be that Hebrew Israelite, or at least a couple months ago to be a Hebrew Israelite, just flying under the scene and just going and saying what you believe, man. But it's a time you're gonna have to fight for what you believe, man. You know? It's a time where you're gonna have a lot of people denounce this in order to live, man. That was happening in the time of Rome, man. When they were killing all the Christians because their president or whoever burned down Rome, man. They was blaming it on the Israelites, man. They was blaming it on the followers of Yahweh Shah, man. And a lot of people denounced it. A lot of people denounced it because of fear, man. You know? But our fear gotta be greater. Our fear in the Lord gotta be greater than the fear that this devil comes with, man. You know?
So Matthew 10 and 16, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Right?
It says, be ye therefore wise as serpents, and harmless as doves.
Right, man. You send us forth as sheep in the midst of wolves, man. A sheep versus a wolf has no chance, man.
Right.
He's powerless. You know? These people that rule this world is likened unto wolves, man. You know? Dangerous species, man. You know? If they were allowed, they pray to Satan, man. Their God is Satan. You know? Whether in their pledge of allegiance, one nation under God, they're not talking about the same God as us. Their God is up there begging our power, because he worked for our power, to test us, man. To get us up out of there, man. You know? So you gotta know what you up against. Keep going.
It says, verse 17, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in the synagogue.
Yep.
And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. It's like against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you should speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
Yeah, that sinner that goeth two ways, that's all gonna go out the window, man. You know, they gonna be told what? Just like Peter and John, yo, don't preach in his name again. We're gonna let you go, but don't preach in his name again. You know, or you're gonna come right back in here, man. People, most people in that day gonna be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I got you. No more. I ain't gonna do it no more. That's that sinner that goeth two ways, man.
Yep.
Where it says, woe be unto you, that fearful heart, man. You know? The scriptures tell you that some of us is gonna be captured, man. Revelations 2 and 10. Be thou faithful unto death, man. And the Lord shall give thee a crown of life, man. You gotta just close your eyes and picture that crown of life, man. You know? And ultimately, if you of his, you're gonna prevail anyway, man. You know? But keep on in that.
It says, verse 19, verse 20, it says, for it is not ye that speak, but is the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child.
That's the point. That's the point. Go back to that. Sure.
Yeah, you sparked something that precept just went in and went out my mind that fast. Sirach 2 and 13, it says, Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended.
Right, you flame out, man.
Yep.
You flame out. The Lord got you if you got him, man.
Yep.
You know? If you take heed to all the words that we read up until this point in the same chapter, man. He got you if you got him, man.
Yep.
But if you fold by the power of this devil, then he ain't gonna protect you, man. And just a quick testimony, that was when I first came into the truth. That was sent to me when I was going through whatever I was going through with my baby mother, man. You know? And I had to turn myself in, and I was like, oh my goodness, this scared the hell out of me, man. But when I read that chapter, I was like, oh, if I'm scared, that means I ain't gonna be defended, man. So I had to man up, man. And the Lord delivered me out of that situation.
Yep.
You know? You keep going.
Yep, back in Sirach chapter 2, verse 14, it says, Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you?
Right. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? You know, that should be a scary thing to all you fallouts, man. You know? Now all the stuff that you've been saying out on the streets, now you see it's coming out into the mainstream media, man. You know, where you got all the people that you be bumping in your car, you know, they saying they Hebrew Israelites and shit, man. You know? Now you see Yahweh Shah is now starting to reveal themselves, man. You know, they starting to reveal themselves to the world. They're revealing who the wicked is, man, to the world. You know, that should scare a lot of you fallouts, man. You know, and it should encourage brothers that's still pushing on to continue to push on, man.
Yep.
Because what are you going to do when the Lord visits you, man? You want to be saved, man. You want him to say, yo, I'm coming to save you, man. You know, you want that the arms open unto you to console you, man. Get Malachi 4:1, verse 2 as well.
Hey, like you brought that definition of patience. Patience means to suffer. But what our apostle tell us, man? When you come to this truth, you gotta learn to suffer.
Yeah,
You
man.
gotta learn to like it.
Yeah. And all these other people are joining these other camps for the parties, man.
Yeah.
The cookouts.
The wives,
Yeah.
your wife.
Yeah, man. You know, it's not to suffer. It's to live. That's what they all going there to find a living, man. Oh, we're gonna buy some property and we're gonna do this, and they're planning to build up over there in IUIC, man.
Right.
You know, we're preparing our mind for all hell to break loose, man. You know, we're practicing leaving the matrix, you know, as much as we can over here, man.
Yep.
We okay with the suffering. Why? So when the Lord comes, he actually save us, man.
Yep.
You know?
I got quick. You said something. This is Matthew 16:24. Then it said that Yahweh shouted to his disciples, "If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up my cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it."
And whosoever shall lose his life for my sake shall find it, man. So we ain't looking for that don't mean, brothers, if you had the means to buy a house or get a car or whatever, you ain't gonna do it. That don't mean that's wicked or going off, but your heart and your affections is not set on these things, man. You know, we're constantly practicing. That's why we out here, we push this work. You know, we do our videos, we fellowship with our brethren. You know, we're keeping our mind and meditating on these words, man. And we're not getting caught up with what this world have to offer, because we know it's really nothing, man. You know, we know our car can crash the next day. We know our house can burn the next day. You know, our hearts and our affections is not set on those things. It's on the scriptures, man.
That's right.
You know?
So Malachi chapter 4, verse 1 says, "For behold, the day that cometh shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly, shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave neither root nor branch."
Right, and we know that's coming for the wicked, man. Now, what's coming for the righteous? Yeah.
It says, "But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as the calves of the of the stall, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. In the day that I shall do this, said Yahweh Tazabah.
You see? And that's what we want, man. When the Lord come back, when the Lord visit us, we want his arm open with healings and his wings.
Yep.
You know? We know this thing ain't gonna be easy, man. It says with healing in his wings, meaning the righteous are gonna be wounded, man. The righteous is gonna be in what you will appear to be a effed up state, man. You know? We want to be saved when the Lord come back. We want him to be proud of the work that we put in for him, man.
Done. So back in Sirach chapter 2, verse 15, it says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways.
Right.
Verse 16, they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him.
Right, will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, man. You know, we're not looking to impress the world or trend on Twitter or Instagram. You know, that's not our goals or our focus, man.
Right.
You know, we don't want these people that's walking up and down that don't believe in Yahweh Bashim Shah to give us any validation, man.
Yeah.
You can't give us no validation, man. You know, if you humbly want to come here and learn about Yahweh Bashim Shah, that's one thing, man. But our focus is to please the Lord, man. You know, he told us to come out here in the highways and hedges so that his house may be filled, man. So what we're going to do is go out to the highways and hedges, man. We're going to seek that which is well-pleasing unto him, man. You know, it says pray, fast. We're going to do those things because we know that is well-pleasing unto him, man. You got it?
Yep. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse reads on verse 16, which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
Yep.
Got a quick precept for that? This is Wisdom of Solomon 7:28. For Yahweh loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
Yeah. Yahweh loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. You see? You keep going.
Come back in Sirach chapter 2, verse 17. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight.
And humble their souls, man.
Right.
You know? And that's a lost art. A lot of people are proud, man. You know? That's why you'll see certain people fall out this truth, man. You know? They start thinking more of themselves and thinking, oh, my position supposed to be this, man. Nah, man, I know the Lord dealing with me. I should be over this, but this, that, and the third, man. You're supposed to humble your soul. The scriptures say the greater you are, the more humble you should be. So the more you know you should be humble. You know? Because you know that you ain't shit. You know that you need forgiveness, man. You know? Whatever you gain, it should be all given to the Lord. And then he'll give you more. You know? When you get wisdom, you're not supposed to be, oh yeah, man, I'm the shit, man. I don't need nothing else. I got me. You're supposed to go and go harder for wisdom. Try to get as much more as you can, man.
Yeah.
Because wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of your time, man. You know you need as much as you can get to get over what's coming to us, man. You see? Yep.
About that. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 12. This is the beginning of pride is when one departed from Yahweh and his heart is turned away from his maker.
Yeah, man. That's one of the things that's counted as an abomination to the Lord. It's pride, man. You know? The beginning of pride is when you depart from the Lord, man, and you start thinking more of yourself, man. You know? When you learn more and you gather more and you're able to retain more and more knowledge, you're supposed to say the water your house, man. Give that glory and that praise to him, man. You know, when you get around brothers and you know more than the next brother, you ain't supposed to sit there and flex your muscle. You're supposed to build the brother up, man. You know, the scriptures say how beautiful passing of knowledge is, man. You know, when you teaching the next man, you know, and that brother that you teaching, he should start to love you more, man. You know, he should try to be in your presence even more and more, man. And if he's reaching out to you, you're supposed to be the brother to sacrifice your time for him, man, so that he can hopefully be on your level, man. You know. Go ahead, get some rock real quick.
So Sirach chapter 6, verse 19.
Yeah.
It says, "Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon."
Right, and it's talking about wisdom, man. It says, "Come unto her as one that toil and sow." Talking about husbandry, man. And if anyone know about growing, it takes a lot of discipline, man. You know, a lot of time and suffering to a husbandry, man. You know, and that's how you're supposed to be about wisdom, man. It's true. You know, that's why, you know, our apostles and elders is super special, because anytime they teach us something, they immediately tell you to do what? Now go and look this up for yourself. Because you can hear what someone is saying over and over again, and you're not going to retain the knowledge as if you're not going to retain the knowledge the same if you go and do it yourself, right? Go find those precepts and scriptures that you went and searched for. That's the ones that stay in your mind more, man, rather than just hearing it on the street. You know?
Like being like the Church of Berea.
Yeah, man.
You know, going and searching out the things, seeing what Paul was saying was true.
Right. You know, and that church still to this day have the reputation, man. When they say something, you know they know what they're talking about. It sounds like Apostle and Todd. Because you know they know what they're talking about. You
Right.
know if they out there talking about it, they done did extensive research, man.
Yeah.
You know? Keep going.
It says, verse 20. Yes, Sirach chapter 6, verse 20. She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her.
And that's why people fall out, man. You know? That's why people start to think too much of themselves, man. You know? She's unpleasant to the unlearned, man. Go ahead.
It says, she will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her from him error, if he wrong. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many.
And she is not manifest unto many. Sean, you're going to have to labor for this, man. Sean, once you actually get it, how much you should appreciate it. You know? You can't think this is all of you. It's not even given to many, man. This is precious. This is precious, man. That's why the scriptures say, cast not your pearls before swine, lest they trample it upon their feet. You know, because the unwise is not going to appreciate this knowledge that we got, man. You know? That's why brothers, man, we ain't got to know each other from nowhere, but it's like an immediate bond that comes by because we all share something similar, and that's wisdom, man, of the Heavenly Father, man. We are in the same mind, you know? And it's precious, it's sacred, because it's not given to many, man. You know? These people will look at us crazy, man. But we understand that what we got, they don't have, man. You know? That's to encourage you to keep going, man. You know, appreciate this thing that you were into, man. You know, want to build on the things that we are into, man. That's why the Elder Ariala, when we were up in New York, he was saying, take back to your camps the culture of GMS, man. The culture of the labors of our apostles and elders, man. Because if you truly been in this truth, if you truly been in this truth X amount of years, you know the fight that you are in order to stay in it, man. This ain't an easy fight. And Apostle Tahar is approaching 40 years, man. Apostle Gabar, Apostle Wakar, they well over 30, man. The elders, the top men, they 25 years plus. This is a laborious fight, man. And those men are diligent, man. Those men are to be appreciated. Why? Because if you meet them, you will see how humble they are. You know? How serious they take the word, man. How they apply the words that we read in the Sirach, the 6th chapter, man. You know? And if you truly know these things, you're not going to get caught up in the camp talks and all of that, man. You will see through the Spirit who the Lord is dealing with, man. And it's not for you to make a video to prove to everybody that you should be following GMS. We don't get down like that, man.
Yeah.
You know? Because if you find the truth, that means the Lord, the Spirit led you here, man. You see?
Well, can do something. You said something real fast. This is Sirach 3:19. Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek.
But mysteries are revealed unto the meek, man. Wisdom should not enter into a malicious soul, man. You know? So this thing is not for everybody.
Right.
You know? This circle of ours is not for everybody, man.
That's right.
You don't see GMS out here handing out pamphlets trying to get more and more members, man. You know? When we were camping out in Silver Springs, it's like we on this block and IUIC is right there. You got them running across streets handing out pamphlets, man, to any Jake that they see. You know? We don't get down like that, man. You come out to a GMS camp, before you get in, you're going to be out there for about a year, you know? Or however long the head man see fit, man. You know? He reading his own spirit, man. Real quick, since I said that, jump to 7th verse, 6 and 7.
So, Sirach 6 and 7.
Right.
It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Right.
And be not hasty to credit him.
Right, and be not hasty to credit him. We don't care if you come and say, oh yeah, I believe brother, this, that, and third. This thing of ours is sacred, man. You know? And not everybody can come amongst us, man. You're going to have to be tried, man. You know? Because it's not a thing of numbers, man. Remember when Judas said that? We just went through Hanukkah. You know, the dedication, you know? The men that's the Judas Maccabees, they seen the number of the men they had to fight. They said, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, man. But what Judas say, man? Don't worry about that, man. Because who's with us? We are more than them. And that's why they destroyed them, man, because they had angels right there with them. Scriptures say the angels encamp around the men that believe in them, man. You know, that's why we out here, we camping boldly, we have no fear, we don't care, man. We know the angels is on post too. You know? Where we camp at over in DC, we camp under a tree, like right, like something like this.
Yeah.
And it was a car that was fishtailing, man. It smacked the tree right in front of us, man. You know? That car could have fishtailed anywhere to hit brothers, man. But it hit the tree head on, man. And it was literally right in front of us, man. You know? That shows you that the angels are here for us, man. This thing of ours is sacred, man.
That's right.
You know? And it's not given to many, and we cherish it, man. With humility, because we know it can be taken from us. Going back, jump all the way back down.
So, Sirach 6 and 23. Or 22 again. It says, for wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel.
Mm-hmm. And refuse not my counsel, man. Keep going.
It says, and put thy foot into her fetters,
Right?
and thy neck into her chain.
Yeah, put thy foot into her fetters,
Yep.
and thy neck into her chains. Mean you supposed to be a prisoner
Yep.
to wisdom, man.
Yep.
You know? You're supposed to be bound to this thing, man. Even when you want to go do your own thing, you're going to have to go feed your spirit to get more of this, man. You know? There's an amount of focus that's required over here on this side, man. You know? It's a standard over here, and it's to put Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah first, man. You'll see dudes start up and start their camps up with their videos and these other camps, and they giving honors and love to their head men before the Lord, man. You know, they worship their head men as much or more than Yahweh Shah, man. You see?
It says, verse 25, bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds.
And be not grieved with her bonds, man, because the more you get wisdom, the more oppression that you see, the more stress come your way, man. You know? The more you know about the history of the so-called white man will vex you, man. Yep.
Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Right. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Listen, what are you doing? Oh shit. Demon time.
But surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Yep.
You know? You got some things, but
1 John 5:3, for this is the love of the Most High, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous.
yeah, this is the love of the Most High. You know? Read that verse that we got.
So, Sirach 6:25, bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power.
Right, that's why you can't come in this thing with your previous knowledge, man. You know, thinking that, this is what they say, or I'm going to compare it with what I knew. No, you got to come through this thing as a child. You got to be reborn to this thing, man. You can't come with another
Flat earth.
ideology and think you can put this together.
Yeah.
You got to come unto her with your whole heart, man. You know? You got to, it's kind of like you got to give yourself to the Lord, kind of how Peter did when he was walking on water, man. You know? He was a little like, oh shit, that's crazy, man. But he was doing it because the level of faith in Yahweh Shah, it's more than faith because he's seen it, you know? But he believed in the power of Yahweh Shah, and he was able to walk on water. And as long as he kept his eyes on Yahweh Shah, he was straight. As soon as he started to worry about the winds and that doubt, David, he started to struggle, man. You know, and Yahweh Shah lifted up and said, what? Oh, ye a little faith. You know? So when you come into this thing, you gotta give yourself wholly unto it and keep your eyes on Yahweh Shah, man. You know? And that's how wisdom is gonna sup with you, and you gain more and more of her, man. And it's not the most pleasant thing to be in the know. It's not the most pleasant thing to be in the know. But that is what's going to save you at the end, man. You know? So that's why it says, be not grieved with her bonds. Go ahead, just a little more on that.
Verse 26, come unto her with all thy heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go.
And when you got hold of her, let her not go, right? You know, you're supposed to guard this with your entire life, right? You know?
It says,
Yo, because she will leave, she could leave you, man. know, she will leave you, man.
Yeah, that's what a woman does when you neglect her.
Yeah, man.
You know?
For real. I've seen it, man. You know, we've seen it. You grow up in this truth, and you got your like favorite speakers or whatever, man. You know, the videos, like your go-to videos.
Yeah.
And some of those guys, they not there no more, man. The most eloquent speakers, man. The ones who knew the scriptures inside and out, man. You know, that can keep you entertained for a whole 5-hour camp, man. Gone. Back in the world smoking a blunt, man. Wisdom can leave you, man. So don't take this thing for granted. Keep on.
It says, "For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that it's like and that shall be turned to thy joy. Then shall her feathers be as it's like then shall her feathers be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory."
Yeah, a change of robe of glory. You know, Jake, when they get some nice, you know what I mean, jewelry, you want to wear that, you want to sport, you get a nice watch, you scratching your face for no reason, you just want everybody to see it. That's how wisdom will look on you, man.
All right.
You know, wisdom will look real good to you, man. You know, it'll make you shine. You know, once you actually get it, because when you moving, you're not moving like no nigga, man. You know, like that disgusting dude when you at a bar or something, he want to be known and loud and all that, man. A wise man, you just sitting there, you know, you shining in the face of a woman, man. A woman loves mystery, a mystery, man. You know, a man that she got to figure out, man.
Yep.
You know, but wisdom will have you shining, man. Finish on
All right. So back in Sirach, chapter 2, verse 17, they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not in the hands of men, for as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
But as his majesty is, so is his mercy. You know, we believe that, man. Yep. You know, we believe that the Lord is going to have mercy on us and save us at the end of the day, man.
That's right.
You know? So what you got? We can go to Wisdom of Solomon, 3rd chapter.
Solomon 3 is.
Yeah, 3 and 1.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 1. It says, very short. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there should no torment touch them.
Right. The souls of the righteous are in the hands of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. You know? And we believe we are the righteous, man. Yep. You know? So therefore there shall no torment touch us.
Right.
Yeah.
God. This is Psalms, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 1 against this. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there should no torment touch them. I'll keep going slacking. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery.
Right, in the sight of the unwise, the people that wisdom is not dealing with, you know, we're going to seem to die, man. We're going to seem to be in the toughest position, in the tough place, man. Yep. You know, but keep going.
Yep. And look, especially when that sea hit roll around.
Yep.
You know, I barely getting by, man. Why don't you just go ahead and take it. But we read Isaiah 65.
Right.
The Lord said he's gonna take care of us in that time, man.
That's right.
You know?
Somebody gotta be the one to fulfill prophecy.
That's it. It says Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 3, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace.
But we are truly in peace. Why? Because of the wisdom.
Yep.
You know, because of the wisdom that we received now. That's what's going to be our peace, man. Yep. Even if you got a guillotine and we in line, seeing Jake getting their head cut off and then you next, you know, we still at peace. Yep. In the sight of the unwise, they be like, yo, them niggas dumb. Yep. You been told them, man, you should have stopped. Nah, man, we are at peace. Why? Keep going.
Yep. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 4, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet their hope is full of immortality. Mm-hmm. And having been a little chastened, they shall be greatly rewarded, for Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself.
Yeah, you were able to pass those tests.
Yep.
You know, you were able to apply the wisdom and get through whatever you were going through. And the Lord proved you to be one of his, man. You know?
Yep. It reads on. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5. It says, having been a little chastened, they shall be greatly rewarded, for Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself, as gold in the furnace have he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. It says, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever.
And the Lord shall reign forever. Keep going.
Yeah, verse 9. They, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9, that put their trust in him.
No, that was the point.
Huh.
That was the point. You know, and basically the Lord will give us spiritual powers, man. You know, that's why our hope is full of immortality, man. You know, our hope is full of everlasting life, man.
Yep.
You know, and that's basically it, man. That's our focus, man. Our focus is not of what you see, man. You know, our focus is to live forever with our Lord, man. Imagine being at that table at that first feast of the kingdom, man. When you seeing Yahweh sit at the head and we sharing wine with him again, man. You know, every feast that we have, every Sabbath service that we had, and we read, he will not drink it no more until he drink it with us, man.
Yep.
You know, that moment, to be able to be a part of that, man. That's what your hope and your focus should be on, man, for the rest of your life, man. And if you feel your spirit going astray from that, you gotta check it, man.
Yeah.
You gotta check it. That's why it's important to check out this music. Because this world was created to drain your spirit, man. You know? This world was created to get you out of the truth. You know? So you gotta consider Job, man. You gotta consider all the examples that you've seen, man. You know? And fight it. How you fight? You fight it with the word. You know? You fight it with the everything that you fed your spirit with, man. You know? Can you get Ephesians 6 and 10? You know? Because this time is getting harder and harder for us, man. You know? If you skated throughout this truth with not much tribulation, you gotta arm yourself and get ready for it, man. Because the hate is coming, man. Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right. Read it again. Read verse 10 again, my fault.
Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and in the power of his might.
Right. It says, finally, brethren, be strong in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and in the power of his might, man. You know? Remember that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua runs both the right, Yahweh runs the right and left hand side, man. That's the power of our Lord. You know? You gotta know the power of the Lord, and that there's no power stronger than ours, man. You know? So you're supposed to be strong in that, man. You know, as you enter the fight against this devil, man. You know? You got it?
God.
Good.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 28.
Right?
Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard?
Right. It says, has thou not known? Has thou not heard? That's like a mic check, man. You know what's going on here? Go ahead.
That the everlasting power, Yahweh, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary.
Right. Have you not known that the everlasting power, Yahweh, fainteth not, neither is weary, man? Do you know the power that you truly serving? When we read in Ephesians 6 and 10, it says, finally, brother, be strong in the Lord, man, and in the power of his might. This should encourage you to prepare yourself for this fight that's coming, man. That's coming up against the Israelites, man. You know? Keep on.
There is no searching of his understanding.
There's no searching of his understanding. Go ahead.
He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength.
Right. He giveth power to the faint, man. And to them that have no strength, He increaseth it, man. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai does these things. Go ahead.
Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall.
Bro, you're gonna have butterflies, you're gonna have those oh shit moments, or whatever, man. It's gonna happen, man. We in this flesh, you know? But guess what? He gonna protect us, man. As long as you believe, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is gonna protect us. Keep going.
But they that wait upon Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
It says, but they that wait upon the Lord, man. Read that part again, that last one.
It says,
that last verse.
okay, kind of says, and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
They that fear the Lord. We started that part, but they that fear the Lord.
Okay, it says,
Yeah, read 31.
okay, kind. It says, but they that wait upon Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai shall renew their strength.
Right.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary,
Right.
and they shall walk and not faint.
Right. Imagine running a marathon and not be even a bit tired. It says they shall run and not be weary. Keep on.
They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
Right. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, man. You see, the Lord said that his men is going to be committing more miracles than he did, man. And at the end, man. So when you jump back to Ephesians, it says what? Finally, brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. That's the power of his might, man. He got the power to give us spiritual powers, man. He got the power to say, the Edom, you hit a corner, you on the run, and at the end of the days, you hit a corner, you see 100 Edomites, and they got a history of killing Jake. He'll give you the power right then and there to destroy every single one of them, man. You know? That's the power you're supposed to consider when you need it. Go back to Ephesians. Verse 10 again.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10.
Right.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right, you got to put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye will be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. What's the wiles of the devil? It's the trickeries, man. You know, it's the little traps that he put you in, man. So, for example, you see this bad joint, cocoa bottle shaped, pretty face, nice little plump or whatever, man. You know, but she's a dragon. You know, she's a dragon, and she put you through hell pretty much, man. You pop her, you know, you have a baby with her or whatever, man. You know, and she start putting you through hell, and then she put you on child support, man. This is a part of the trickeries of the devil, man. You know, the devil will create something called child support, but it's catered to amongst women. How much men do you know that got his woman on child support? That's a very rare thing, man. You know, so they'll create certain things like child support. You know, they create things like Section 8. You know, to get the man out of the house. You know, to fuck the man up and benefit the woman. You know, these are a part of the trickeries of the devil. But if you put on the whole armor of the Most High, you'll be able to stand against that trick, the trick that the devil got you in. Keep going.
It says, verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Right, man. This ain't back in the days of the Vikings, where you just preparing a simple war, man. You know, this is not a fleshly fight, man. It's not about your core strength here, man. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against principalities, man. Rulers of the darkness of this world, man. You know, where it's systematically in place in this place to keep a so-called black, Latino, and Native American down, so that they don't gain any traction in this world in order to be successful, man. Here it is, you got LeBron James, who pretty much makes up a majority of Nike's earnings, man. But he took a $1 billion deal and pretty much it seems to be a good deal because he's the only black man to get a contract like that. But he took way less, man. He took way less than what he really could have, because he look at it as he's comparing it to the rest of what Jake got instead of what they got, man. You know? He look at it as, I'm doing better than all my people, but this is a good deal. You know? Instead of getting what he deserved to put us all on another level, he's thinking of himself to just get what's good for him, you know? Go ahead.
It says, verse 13, it says, it's like verse 12. So we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Yep. Keep going.
It says, stand therefore, having your loins girded. It's like having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Right. Taking the shield of faith, man. The faith in Yahweh Shema Shah, the ones with all the power really lays, man. You know? Even though it's not always going to seem like it, you know, with the eyes that you can see out of, but you know, if you got the faith in them, that they're going to protect you, man. You know, this is how you arm yourself for the fight and the war that's coming up to all of us, man. You know? Keep going.
It says, verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High, praying always with all prayer and supplication.
And don't ever overlook this, man. Praying always, man. Make sure you praying always, man. Stay in constant communication with the Heavenly Father, you know? And in the time of your trouble, He will remember you, man. You know? This is how you arm yourself, man. This is how you you go about your daily life, man. Your daily walks in life. You know, keep going.
Verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all preservation, all preservance and supplication for all saints. It says, verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all preservance and supplication for all saints.
Right.
I mean, and for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to take and to make known the mystery of the gospel.
And that's what we're doing, man. We armed ourselves, and now that we got the mysteries of the gospel, with the faith that we have, we opening our mouths boldly, man. We opening our mouths boldly with confidence, meaning to be with faith, man. Because we believe in our powers, and we believe that our powers is going to protect us, man.
You know, we're in a time where we have to move with faith and all that.
Get Hebrews 11 and 1 from
Yeah, but we're in a time of you know, we putting on that whole armor of the Heavenly Father, you know, because the time's getting bad out here, you know. But we move with faith, you know. Being a prudent man, you know, foreseeing the evil, you know, and understanding the times.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
You know, faith is the evidence of things hoped for, you know. That having that strong confidence, you know, in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and in His Word, that, you know, what He says He's going to do, you know, if you know, He's going to offer protection to His hopeful elect in these times of destruction, you know, that's what He's going to do. You know, and it says the evidence of things hoped for. Can you read it one time?
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 11 from the top. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
You know, it's the evidence of things not seen. You know, you trusting in the power, you know, to get you out of the times that we're coming in. You know, which the times that we're coming in is Jacob's trouble. You know, you're gonna have famine. You're gonna have death at an all-time high. You're gonna have you know, martial law being implemented. You know, you're gonna have cannibalism. These are some of the things that's gonna take place upon the face of the earth. You know. And you got to have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. He's going to be able to get you through that. You know? I'll jump down to verse 6.
It said, this is the book of Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. It says, but without faith, it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him.
You know, it's going to be impossible to please the Heavenly Father if you're not moving with faith, if you're not believing in Him, and you're not, you know, putting on that whole armor of Hamashiach. You're not, you know, putting on what these scriptures tell you to do. You know, how to conduct yourself on the face of the earth. You know, because the judgment for 2/3 is what is written. Can you grab me Sirach 40 and 8 verse 9? You know, the judgment is written for 2/3 of our people. You know, it's going to be it's going to be entailed in this scripture that the brother has for us. You know, but, it's impossible to please the Heavenly Father if you don't move with faith. You know.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 40, verse 8. It says, such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners.
And sevenfold going to completely, you know, and it's going to be a complete destruction among sinners, you know, complete judgment. You know.
Verse 9, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge.
You know, these are judgments that the Heavenly Father has set forth, you know, for 2/3 of His people, you know, the sinners of His people. And the sinners are the ones that transgress the Heavenly Father's laws, statutes, commandments, you know. It says the sword, which is any killing instrument. It says famine. Famine is a lack of bread and resources, bread, water, and other resources to sustain your life. Shalom, shalom. It says the scourge, beatings. And what else it said, brother?
It says, it says, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge.
You know, calamities, you know, strange, swift deaths, you know, happen, I mean, which is part of the judgment of the Lord. Tribulations, catching hell in these hard times. You know, the elect will have to go through it. We have faith in Yahweh by Shema Shad. He's going to always continue to make a way for us. The 2/3, you know, as it says in Jeremiah 11:11, they're going to remain in these trials and tribulations and these deaths, you know, and these other judgments.
This is Zechariah 13:8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein.
You know, the 2/3 that are going to be cut off and die are 2/3 of the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, the 12 tribes. You know, they're going to be the ones cut off. You know, they didn't move with, the Lord didn't bless them with that gift of faith. They didn't first have fear of the Heavenly Father, you know, to inquire of Him and the ways that please Him and all that. But they chose the ways of this world. So the judgment for them is, you know, being cut off. You know, being by way of these plagues that were written. And the ultimate plague is the thermonuclear ICBM missiles.
That's right.
You know. What's verse 10 say? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and finish on that.
Okay, it says, this, Sirach chapter 40, verse 10 says, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
You know, bloodshed, famine, you know, calamities, tribulation, the scourge. These are all created for the wicked, you know, for their sakes, you know, so they don't continue in their madness, you know. The only thing they're doing is as they continue in this wickedness, the only thing it's gonna do is trickle down to the next generation. So for their sakes came the flood. You know, for their sakes in this time, there's gonna be that thermonuclear ICBM destruction, that annihilation, you know. Yeah, which is a righteous judgment, you know, for not seeking the Heavenly Father.
God. This is 2nd Ezra 15:5. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
You know, the Lord's bringing these judgments to the face of the earth, you know, for their hurtful works. You know, what are some of the sins that are being committed upon the earth? You know, you have sodomy, which is man with man, woman with woman. You have adultery, a man messing with another man's woman, and a woman that has a man messing with another man. You know, you have the eating of abominable foods, shrimp, pork, crab, lobster, other things that are unclean animals. You know, rabbits and all that. You know, rodents. You know, eating raw meat. You know, uncooked with the blood in it. These are some abominable things. You know.
They're dumping all that plastic and trash into our seas and oceans, man. You know, you get all of these hurricanes and earthquakes and all this shit. That's the earth reacting to how you treat it, man. You know, that's why it says the whole earth and their hurtful works are fulfilled, man. You know, that's a hurtful work, man. You know, how is homosexuality affecting us? We were put on this earth to procreate, man. You know, that's being an advocate for death. You know. Yeah, verse 7, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more at touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
You know, the Lord is not holding his tongue no more. You know, he's bringing forth action behind his word. You know, the judgments are coming forth. You know, the innocent blood, they cry out, like it says in Ezekiel 9:4. You know, put a mark upon the men that sigh and cry for the abomination to be done in the midst thereof. You know, these innocent men, I mean, the innocent blood, they're crying out because they see the abominations. You know, they're seeing their people oppressed and being, you know, sheep for the slaughter. They're seeing all the abominable things that's happening. You know, and they're not with it.
Hey, look, ultimately, when you know, Jake gets sent back to the spiritual world, they're in their right mind. They crying back to Heavenly Father. What happened? You know, get this man out of power. You know what I'm saying? Look, come back and deliver our people. You know.
Right. I'm gonna jump down to 14. Verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands."
It says, woe. Woe means death and destruction, you know, to the world, to the heavens, you know, to the people that are dwelling on the face of the earth, you know. And that's what we're going into. You're not moving with faith. You're not believing in the Heavenly Father, you know. This is the judgment for that, you know. You have a sword, which is any killing instrument, and you have destruction that is coming to America. It's going to befall America, you know. You have these concentration, you have these centers set up, you know, that our people are going to be ushered into, you know. But 2/3, that's going to be their downfall, you know. That's going to be their captivity, you know. This is what's coming down the pipeline. This is what's coming soon. You know, it says one people's going to stand up to fight against another. You're going to have race riots. You're going to have a clashing between different classes, the rich and the poor. You know.
Yeah, policies. You know what I mean? Like we seen it a trial run in 2020 where people didn't want to take the jab, man. You know, and then where it says. For sword in their judgment. I'm going to continue on. Verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." The people are going to wake up to the government, man, to their rulership, and they're not going to be with it, man. You know, a kingdom is supposed to stand with this king, man. You know, and the people don't, like, for example, you got for the past few years, Maryland was a blue state, but we had a Republican governor. So his policies don't align with most of the people, most of the citizens, man. You know, so if you get another mandate like, yo, you have to do this or else, people gonna go crazy, man. We know the season is coming.
Yep.
You know, so that's gonna fulfill prophecy.
I got something for you, brother. This is a quote from Daddy Bush. He said, "If the American people knew what we have done, they will string us up from the lampposts."
See,
you know,
and at some point they're gonna know.
Yep.
It's all gonna be revealed, man. Everything in the dark will come to the light. You know, so I'm gonna read that again. 2 Ezra 15 and 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power."
You know, it's gonna be sedition, uprising. You know, with the you know, the citizens. You know, it's gonna be invading one another. You know, they're not gonna have respect for another man's you know, dwellings or privacy in property. You know, and it says they should not regard their kings nor princes. You know, their governors, their police force, the president. You know, the mayor. People, politicians. People are in a higher status. You know, they enforce the laws for the citizens. They're not going to regard that in that time. You know, the time of Jacob's troubles. You know, which is fastly approaching.
That's right. Verse 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Now, it also tells, if we read it in Matthew, the 10th chapter, when you be persecuted in one city, flee ye into another. You know, they're going to shut up the preachers, man, of their cities, man. We've seen that in 2020 again, man. 2020 was a heavy year, man. It was a trial run for a lot of things to come. Because when COVID was super bad, you wasn't able to go into New York City. You know, you wasn't able to go in or out. Or if you did, you come back to Maryland, I know Maryland in particular, you had to quarantine for about 10 to 14 days before you go back out into society. You know, so these things are all is coming sooner than we believe, man. You know, it says, verse 18, for because their pride, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with swords and spoil their goods because of lack of bread for great tribulation. And it said that in the 5th verse, where it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world for the sword, famine, death, and destruction. You know, that famine is going to hit these people super hard, man. It's going to hit these people super hard. It's going to make people cold, man, super cold. You know, they're not going to care about nothing but their own, man. You know?
They show you that with the whole toilet paper thing.
Yeah, man.
And that was just toilet paper.
Fighting over water on pallets at
Yeah.
Walmart, man.
Yeah.
You know, when it's life or death, people think they're gonna starve. That's where the zombies come out, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see those movies like what's that Will Smith movie, I Am
Legend, yeah.
Man, people, that's going to be normal people. They're going to be vultures, man. They're going to turn into cannibals, man. They're going to be wanting to eat each other because their stomach is going to tell them to, man. You know? It's going to be completely crazy. The scripture said that no more would they call him the God that delivered the children out of the land of Egypt, but the God that delivered his people from the west, man. You know, speaking about this place, meaning this place, what's going to happen to this place is going to completely outdo what happened in Egypt, man. And those people, their borders was turned into blood, man. You know, they were completely fucked up. So what's coming onto this place is super heavy, man. You know?
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 9. It reads, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
You know, famine is one of the plagues that the Heavenly Father has set up for 2/3 of our people, you know. And it says it's better to die by the sword, you know, a quick, easy death than to suffer, you know, suffer the famine that the Heavenly Father has set up for our people, you know, because they chose not to trust in Him. They chose not to fear Him. They chose not to
Slack you.
They chose not to turn back and repent for their actions upon the face of the earth, you know. So the famine, you know, it's when the body, you know, is going to pine away for the fruits of the field, you know. And one thing about the body, when it pines away, you know, when it gets weaker, you're more susceptible to these diseases. You know, the Lord has pestilence lined up also, you know, for our people, you know. So these diseases are going to overtake our people. All these sicknesses and germs are going to overtake our people. And with the body not getting nourishment, you know, that's going to be a painful and slow death that our people have to suffer.
It says, for these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
You know, you really can't fully imagine that. You just have to wait and see that. And for 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you know, you can have some that's going to experience that, you know, their body being stricken, their body growing weaker and weaker, you know, they lack of energy. They can't even fight off, you know, the diseases and the pestilence that Yahweh Shai has set up for them.
Hey, like the brother's going into, man. Look, people gonna be wanting to eat each other, and that goes back. I always bring it out, that cartoon effect when the person sitting beside them gonna turn into a turkey leg or something, you know, a hot dog. They, hey.
Yeah, that's real. Super real. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to stay the course of what we're doing. Because we know that's being that prudent man that's perceived the evil. We can see that evil coming. That's why we're preparing ourselves now.
So we also got to tell you. That's all. Alright.
This is Jeremiah 11:11. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them which they shall not be able to escape.
You know, and evil. If you break that word evil down, ill meaning bad, and evil. I mean, it's like here. Eve meaning bad, and ill meaning times. You know, the Lord's going to bring bad times upon our people, which they shall not be able to escape. You know, and why is that so? Because they transgress the Heavenly Father's laws, statutes, and commandments. You know, they walk with pride among the face of the earth. You know, where was faith shown? You know, that the Lord said, if I do what's pleasing in His sight, the Lord's going to be there with me in the time of trouble. You know, where was that in? But no, they followed after the ways of this devil, Esau, Edom. You know, and so the Lord has that bad time prepared for them.
Read it again. This is Jeremiah 11:11. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them.
You know, though you cry unto the Heavenly Father, you know, He's not going to hearken unto you. You know, one of the things that's big in the land of Babylon is idolatry. You know, and the worshiping of other gods. You know,
that's why the Lord says, stand down on your prognosticators and all of those people that you put your belief and your hope into. Stand down on them, man, because those are your gods. So when that evil time comes, don't look at him. Don't look at the Lord. Matter of fact, I gotta read something. This is Proverbs 1. This is Proverbs 1:23. It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye have refused. I stretched out my hand, and no man regarded.
So we're taking heed to the Heavenly Father's correction, you know, His reproof. You know, the Lord's pouring out His Spirit. You know, He's bringing forth the wisdom and knowledge. But our people are not regarding that. You know, they continue walking in their ways, the way of error. You know.
So, continuing on, it says, because I have stretched out, because I have called and ye have refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
Ultimately, the Lord is showing mercy unto us. You know, He's showing mercy unto you, but you know, you said at none of His counsels. You know, He stretched out His arm. You know, the things that's going to befall Babylon the Great, aka America. You know, the death, destruction, the plagues, the pestilence. You know, ultimately the thermonuclear missiles and the warheads from it. You know, that thermonuclear fire, that judgment. You know, it's rightfully befitting for you because, you know, you continue in your own manner, your own way of life, you know, leading to your own understanding.
You're acknowledging the Heavenly Father. You know, He said He had made known His words unto you. How did He do that? By His men. He did that by his men coming out in all the highways and hedges in every major city and all across the globe, man. But you would set at naught all of His reproof, and you didn't want to hear it. So when that evil day comes, He's gonna say, stand on what you always believe. Don't come to me now, man. You know, and He's gonna laugh at you, right? It says, I will also, verse 26, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they cry upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they that hated knowledge did not choose the fear of the Lord. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of their own. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices.
You know, you laugh. Salaki. You know, you chose to be rebellious and everything, so the Heavenly Father's gonna laugh at your calamities, the judgments that He's gonna put you through. You know.
This is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die.
You know, correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way which Heavenly Father set up with these laws, these commandments. You know, and it says it's grievous to, and the ones that find it grievous, they're going to be put down, they're going to be put to death. You know, because you know you have to choose this day who you're going to serve, whether it be the Heavenly Father or it's going to be those idols, you know, those false gods that were before the flood. And, you know, if you choose them, you know the judgment for that. You know it's death and destruction.
This is Proverbs 13:13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. This is Proverbs 13:13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed.
You know, the ones that hate the words of the Heavenly Father, that hate the way of the Heavenly Father, you know, to do what's pleasing into His sight, they're going to be the ones that's destroyed. They're going to be destroyed by way of these trials and tribulations, the famine, the plagues and pestilence. You know, that's what the Heavenly Father has set up before me. Famine, you know, cannibalism, those are things.
Now who's still talking about this?
And we're speaking to the nation of Israel.
Yeah. This is Proverbs 13:13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
You know, and part of keeping the commandments is showing your fear towards Yahweh Shema Shah. If you rehearse the righteous acts to the best of your ability, reverencing the Heavenly Father, you know, and there's a reward for that, you know, which is ultimately the new bodies, you know, the kingdom of heaven, or righteous being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, and the new kingdom of heaven to come. You know, these are just some of the rewards.
Yep, being able to eat during these times of famine, pestilence, right?
Yeah,
What sure you said that. It's like that.
And protection.
This is Judges 10:13. Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
You know, the Lord is not going to deliver you because you've been rebellious. You chose to serve them other gods. You know, you thought they was more beneficial than, you know, the way of the Heavenly Father, the true way of life. You know, because these laws, statutes, commandments teach you how to govern yourself and govern a society. You know, they teach you how to conduct upon the face of the earth. You know.
And the times that we're not going to be delivered in is these times of Jacob's trouble, the times that we're constantly warning our people about. You know, the end-all be-all for you, you know, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is for you to enter into a time of trouble because your enemy, you know, who's Esau Edom, is after you. You see? And if you don't want to acknowledge the power, you don't want to acknowledge Yahweh Shema Shai, that judgment is going to come and you're going to be done for. Jeremiah 11:11. This is Jeremiah 11:11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, behold, I will bring evil upon them.
The Lord's going to bring bad times upon you. You know, just to reiterate it again, you know. He's going to bring forth his righteous indignation, you know. Because the Lord is showing mercy now. He's showing mercy, you know. This whole time we're in a grace period, you know, where we have to show forth that faith, you know, that we believe in Him. We got to put on you know, it's like we have to walk in a manner that's pleasing unto Him, you know.
Yep. Put on these righteous garments. You know, and it's the Lord desire of what? The inward man. You know, because you have a lot of people waking up to their nationality, who they are, but what they are woke, but they're not awakened. They have not been enlightened by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. You see? Jeremiah 11:11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape.
You know, the Lord's going to bring these bad times upon you that you should not be able to escape. You know, it says in Deuteronomy 32 and 39, you know, the Lord killeth and maketh alive the wounds that he heals. He says there's no power that is working with him in the heavens. You know, he's doing all these things. You know, these other idols is not going to deliver you in that time. You know, you're going to have to remain in, you're going to have to be tortured and remain in the judgments of the Heavenly Father.
Right, the things that our people are working towards are going to fail them. So Jeremiah 11:11, and it reads, and though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them.
You know, I mean, when the time was beneficial for you to, you know, seek the Heavenly Father, you know, you didn't choose to. You chose to do what the Heavenly Father delighted not. You know, so in the time that He's putting you through all hell and, you know, death and destruction, you know, you're gonna remain in there. He's not gonna hear your cry. You know.
I'm gonna read a couple verses in Wisdom Solomon 3. Not verse like 10, 11. I'm sorry. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. And, yeah, because like they were saying, we got a lot of people waking up, you know, but a lot of our people are not acknowledging the names of Yahweh Shema Shai, and they're not putting their trust in him. You know, that's why they can't come into the full understanding of what this truth is all about. This is how do you put your trust in the Lord? Where you hear about the prophecies, the things that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to bring, and you believe that they're going to come to pass, and then you do the things that are written for us, you know, the requirements written for you to do in order for you to escape those judgments, right? This is the Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be found faithful in love shall abide with him. Right? You be found faithful in keeping Yahweh Shema Shai's commandments. You know, that's what's going to allow you to continue to abide with Yahweh Shema Shai, for the Lord to continue to be on your side, right? It says, for grace and mercy is to his saints. Like the brother's been going into, we're in this grace period where the Lord is showing mercy. Well, he's showing his mercy to his people, the children of Israel, but more importantly, he's showing mercy to the elect of Yahweh Shema Shai, to the Israel, the Most High. You know, they are not all Israel which are of Israel, you see? It says, and he hath care for his elect. He has care for his elect, right? The Lord loveth none but them that dwell for wisdom. That's his elect, the remaining, those that remain, and those who are continuing to serve Yahweh Shema Shai, even when things are going to get even more tough. Like the other Kazakiala, you know, he did a video, are you still going to be an Israelite? You know, once this, after the trend is over, you know, after they take these guys out of the mainstream media, are you still going to be an Israelite? Because a Jew is one inwardly and not only outwardly. Verse 10, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imagination, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord.
Ungodly going to be punished, you know, for the things that they wanted to do upon the face of the earth, not, you know, what the Heavenly Father wanted them of. I mean, not what the Heavenly Father required of them. Yep,
that's right. It says, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imagination. You know, how are they going to be punished? You know, the famines, the pestilence that's coming, the wars, World War III. A lot of our people are going to be, you know, drafted to go fight in that third woe. You see, that third woe is going to lead to them fighting against you know, who they despise so much, Yahweh Shai, our Lord, and the angels. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 3:10, and it reads, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. Verse 11, for whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable.
You know, who despise it, who hated wisdom. You know, the beginning of wisdom is fearing the Heavenly Father, you know. So you despise fearing the Heavenly Father and nurture, you know, the scriptures that this wisdom that you need to grow, you know, you're gonna be miserable, you know. You're not gonna know what to do upon the face of the earth when all hell is breaking loose, you know.
Yep, that's right. It says, he is miserable and their hope is in vain.
You know, your hope is vain, you know, it's meaningless, you know. You know, if you're not, if your faith is not in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, you know, doing what's pleasing unto them, you know, it's ultimately meaningless, you know, you're just gonna perish in that day.
Yep. Because vain, empty, right? It's not gonna come to fruition, you know? It's not gonna flourish. The things that our people have hope in, because hope goes into expectation. Where our people are expecting the American dream, you know, their vision that they have in, you know, the way they have envisioned their lives here in America is going to fail them.
Hey, look, this land back, and you know why? Going back to Isaiah 5. Woe to them that call evil good and good evil.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing right now that says, oh, it's wicked as hell. They're crazy. They're not preaching love. They're a bunch of hate artists, man. You know?
Yep, that's right. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 3:11, and it reads, he is miserable and their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable.
You know, your labors, you know, what are you striving for? It's going to be unfruitful. It's not going to profit you, you know, in that day, you know. Because if it's not laying up these treasures according to the commandments of the Heavenly Father, you know, what good is it for you, you know? Everything upon the face of the earth is going to melt away with fervent heat, as it says in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter.
Yep, and like you're saying, your works, what you doing, like the energy, where are you putting all your energy and time? Yeah, but it takes time to become rich in society. It takes energy. You know, you got these so-called entrepreneurs, you know, they be like, oh, you gotta work a full-time job, you putting in 10 hours, you know, working 60-hour work week, you know, to make it here in America. Well, that takes time, energy, sacrifice. You know, so how should we be sacrificing, putting our time and energy in these last days?
Yeah. And one thing about these entrepreneurs is that, you know, they go through many tribulations, many failures in order to reach their success and all that.
Yeah.
So ultimately, to put your works and your time and your labor into this world, you know, all that energy, all them failures is going to lead to your death and destruction.
I got one more. Just so I can read this out. Proverbs 11:4, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death.
You know, your riches, you know, the tangible goods that you have now, you know, they're not going to profit you, you know. But righteousness is going to deliver you from death, you know, because, you know, we understand that, as it says in Romans 6, you know, the wages of sin is death, and the gift of eternal life is from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you know. And how would you attain that gift of eternal life? By doing what is pleasing, you know.
Hey, real fast, they show you that in that movie Slevin.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all seen that movie with Morgan Freeman.
The revenge movie.
Yeah, it's a revenge movie because the ish dude and Morgan Freeman killed his father.
Yeah.
Should have hit out on his father because he, you know, owed some money or whatever. But then at the end, he came back and it was like, well, name your price. I'll give you whatever. His riches didn't profit him in that day of wrath, man.
Yep. No, you didn't. Just like that parable of Yahweh Shai, he showed his servant mercy, but that mercy didn't go back and show
exactly
his servant mercy.
Yep.
You know. But I'm reading it one more time. Proverbs 11:4, riches profit not in the day of wrath. And the reason why I bring this up, because you got a lot of guys in Israel, you know, a lot of guys saying that I don't want to be woke and broke. You know, well, here it is. Your riches, the Lord will not stand in awe at the mighty, nor will he respect, the riches of the proud. You see, Yahweh Shema Shai is dealing with the lowly, the meek, the humble, are going to be the ones who inherit the earth. It's going to be given to them as a gift. It's nothing amount of money that you can do to buy the Holy Spirit. I believe there's an account in Acts when Paul and Peter, the rich man came to him asking, well, what can I do to receive what you have? What amount of money? And he called them wicked, that thou thinkest that thou can receive the gifts of the Most High by carnal means.
That's the 8th chapter, I believe, right?
Acts 8?
Yeah.
It's early in the book. It says, but Proverbs 11:4, but righteousness delivered from death. And we're going to need, and that's what's coming. Death is coming to the shores of America. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to continue on with your day or not, Yahweh Shema Shai has prescribed death, and like brothers going into the wages of sin is death, and that's why death is coming. Okay. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord.
Don't take all day to turn to the Heavenly Father, In a blink of an eye, the Heavenly Father could come down with Jacob's trouble, the invitation of the sea here and everything. You be lacking this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, You're not going to know what to do. You're going to be susceptible to taking that corruption. And then we already know the judgment for that is, You're gonna taste those thermonuclear warheads.
Yep. Sirach 5 and 7, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day.
Don't put off from day to day. Don't say, all right, I see the men of the Lord out here this week and all that. I got something else I thought about doing. I'm trying to catch them next week. Because you don't know. You don't know, like it says in Ecclesiastes. Man don't know if it's time. So you don't know if the Lord's going to require your soul. You walk up the block and the Lord just say, boom, get out of here.
Yep. And you want to, if there's something you really want to do, whether you go chill with a girl, go out to a fancy restaurant for food, you're going to make time, to make sure those activities are done. And this truth, as the scriptures say, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, with all that getting, get understanding. That word principle being chief, the most important thing that we can be getting in these times, especially with us being at the end of Babylon the Great, prices, inflation only going higher. You're going to need wisdom, the wisdom of the Heavenly Father and faith to keep you grounded, to keep you stable during these times, to comfort you. You see, because things are only going to get harder, like the brother was saying, the implementation of that C-hip is coming, and that jump shot, right, was the test trials for the times that we're leading into.
I want to say one thing. People, they want to walk by and all that, and they want to spend their money. You said inflation.
Mm-hmm.
This truth right here is free. Get it while it's available to you.
That's right. You gotta get this meal while it's hot and ready. Because that famine of the word most definitely coming. It says, make Sirach 5 and 7, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth.
Suddenly it's going unexpectedly, shall the wrath, the righteous indignation of the Heavenly Father, judging you for the things that you've done in your life, which are contrary to the ways of His ways, the laws and His commandments.
Yeah, because right now you're being presented. I told you in 2 Chronicles, the 36th chapter, the Lord's having compassion on His people and on His dwelling place, right? So the Lord you're seeing the compassion of Yahweh Shema Shai, the mercy of the Lord. The Lord has the Spirit upon His men to labor, and this is a labor of love, right? It says, but suddenly, when you least expect it, that wrath is going to come forth. it says, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
Knowing your security, things that you want to lean towards in that time of trouble and all that. You know, that's gonna lead to your downfall. That's not gonna benefit you in those in the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, in the day of destruction, you're gonna perish. You know, but on the flip side, the men of the Lord, you know, as it says in Isaiah, the 65th chapter, you know, the Lord's gonna be taking care of those men. In that day, they're gonna have something to eat, something to drink. You know, their minds is gonna be merry and everything. You know.
This is the book of Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh.
You know, the Lord says, behold, to look, you know, to consider, you know, that one day the Heavenly Father is not going to have his men on these highways and byways. That they already passed the law for net neutrality, so one day you're not going to be able to be on your YouTube and look up the men at Great Millstone and see that, and you know, some of the things that they were talking about, I remember, you know, the stuff's coming to pass. What shall I do? You know, that's going to be taken away from you. That's going to be stripped from you, you know. So what are you going to do in that time, you know?
It says, and verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and shall not find it.
You know, you're going to come out here to where the men of the Lord were set up. You know, you're going to be going, you know, they're not in this city. You're trying to go to the next city. They're not in that city. You know, going up and down the East Coast, going from the East to the West Coast, looking for the men of the Lord. But the Lord's going to have his men, you know, shut up and protect that day. You know, y'all going to be the ones, you know, shit out of luck. You know, because you know y'all didn't seek the Lord when the time was beneficial to y'all. You know.
That's right. Read it again, read it again.
This is the book of Amos 8, verse 12. It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea.
Yeah, when you look at that word wander, it means to look aimlessly. You know, because it's written that Yahweh Shema Shai, he set forth the apostles' last, as it was appointed unto death. You see, so we're gonna see, you see how they bring in Kyrie, Kanye. These are just test runs from the elite. They really want to get a major, they're really trying to come after the truth. And we on the front lines, we understand that. There's little censorships on YouTube. You know, we understand that's the censor of the truth of Yahweh Shema Shai, the true man of the Lord. Read it one more time.
And they shall wander from sea to sea.
And they are those that tarried, that waited to seek Yahweh Shema Shai. They took this thing as a gimmick, a trend, a fad. Right? You know, what we're telling our people is deadly serious. This truth is, you know, your life is going to be required. The things that you've done down here upon the planet Earth is going to be required. The God of the heavens and the earth is not playing with our people. He is very angry, you know, with how the inhabitants of the earth are living, especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
And from the north even to the east.
Yeah, because they're going to find out that these men have the truth, especially when those miracles start to happen. You know, you got to believe that miracles are going to come, because miracles are the only way for us to get out of here. You know, when those miracles, Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, there's a God named Yahweh Shema Shai, and he is delivering men. He's healing people. He's healing the sick. You know, they got food. You know, some men and their families. You know, I heard some man, he called upon Yahweh Shema Shai for delivering him from his enemies. You see, the rumor and praise of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be, you know, is going to be spoken about during these times. Go ahead.
They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai and shall not find it.
Yeah, then Jake is going to be hungry for this truth. You know, what does it say? I will go to and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. It says, in their affliction they shall seek me early. You see, in the afflictions, when afflictions arise in America, you know, when the start of 2020, everybody wanted to get serious. Everybody wanted to sit down, you know, and reflect on their lives. But where are you at today? You know, did you come out to the camp? You know, did you start changing your life as Yahweh Shema Shai requires you? You know, in order for you to receive this mercy. Keep reading. Next verse.
It says, verse 13 says, in that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst.
That's right, faint for thirst, faint for knowledge. They're going to be faint. They're going to be weary. They're not going to have any answers. They're going to be looking one to another. They're going to be amazed one to another, not knowing what to do. Who has any answers? You see, because even the mighty men, these men ain't mighty. The average American man, he fall on the ground, bust his knee. He going to be MIA, missing in action for a week. You know, these guys aren't real men. That was it. Okay. This is Jeremiah 29. I'm gonna read a couple verses. Jeremiah 29:10. It says, "For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon," is speaking of ancient Babylon, but we're today in the modern day Babylon. It says, "I will visit you and perform my good word towards you, and causing you to return to this place." And that place that we will return to is the promised land. You know, that place that we will return to is the land that was promised unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and his seed. You see, for us to rule out of. It says, "For I know that the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." And today, in these times, that's speaking of the elect. You know, and we're looking for that expected end. You know, we're looking for the words of Yahweh Shema Shai to come to pass. Verse 12. It says, "Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you." Like it says in Chronicles, "If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face," right, "and acknowledge their offense, then will I heal their land," you know, and hearken unto the prayers that are made in this place. You see, and only ones who are fulfilling that in these times is the elect of Yahweh Shema Shai. We are acknowledging our offenses, and as it was our minds to go astray from the Lord, we're seeking Him, and now being returned, we're seeking Him 10 times more, giving our all for this truth, whatever our portion of the Spirit was given to us. You know, we're maximizing our office. This last part. It says, "And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search with me with all your heart." You know, and just like you want a woman to be all into you, you know, you want her to be able to trust that you can lead the household. Well, we gotta trust in our head, Yahweh Shai, to lead us and guide us, and we can't be half-stepping when it comes to serving Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, our whole mind, you know, everything that we're about has to be about serving the Lord. And if I do this, would this please my Lord? You know, if I do that, would this anger Yahweh Shema Shai? That has to be our mindset, especially in the times that we're coming into, in the times that we're in. You said from the out?
It's Isaiah 13, verse 6. It says, "How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt." and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pains as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
It says, how ye, build a bitter cry, for the day of the Lord is at hand. And what is the day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai entail? Death and destruction, the pulling down of Esau's kingdom, destruction of Esau's kingdom, After that, the implementation of the kingdom of heaven, where it all starts with destruction first. It says, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. This is the Heavenly Father's will that it be done, It says, therefore all hands shall be faint, Men are going to be, their minds going to be melting with fear, mental breakdowns. Men are not going to be able to stand, they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to be able to live their normal way of life in that time, in the day of the Lord, They're going to, ultimately everything's going to pretty much fail them at that time.
That's why the scripture said, "On the end of all things is at hand. Let's watch and be sober on the prayer." Right? Because we need guidance. We need to. The playoffs are coming. The main event is. You've been part of the game the whole time, so you've been conditioning yourself. You know how serious this moment is. But a lot of people, like you said, they're not taking this time serious. So when this day comes, they're not gonna know how to handle tough times. Like brothers like to always say, when things get tough, the tough get going.
It says, it also says, verse 8, it says, they shall be afraid, pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. And it's like it, pains and sorrows shall take hold of them, they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth, a woman that is giving birth and all that. Multiple contractions and all that. That's how these people are going to be. They're going to be in constant pain, and they're going to be constantly going through hell and all that. You're not going to be able to bypass, what the day of the Lord entails. It says, "Behold, the day cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger." And this is the righteous indignation from Yahweh Shem Yahushai for the wickedness that's being promoted and being done upon the face of the earth. It's going to come cruel. You're going to see people dying in front of your face and everything. You're going to see bodies just dropping everywhere. And along with that, you're going if you don't have the right mindset, the mindset of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, understand that these things come. You're going to freak out.
That's what iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So the love of many, the compassion for others, men should be without natural affection, right? Oh, you look thirsty. Let me give you some water. You need a ride. We still got a running car. Let you hop in. You see in the movie, brother seen that zombie, Black Summer. It pop off. People showing no mercy to people. You like, damn. Where did this code of just showing no compassion and everybody dog eat doggy world just come out of nowhere? But that's how in the movies people have been conditioned to revert back to that, because they're nothing but beasts.
It says, "Cruel, over wrath and fierce anger to lay the land desolate." The fierce anger of the Lord, He has set up these thermonuclear warheads, these ICBM missiles, that are going to lay the land desolate. That's what's going to lay this land desolate. And also the laser beams from the chariots, which the world ignorantly calls UFOs. And it says, "We shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it." And the sinners are going into our people, 2/3 of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. The ones that chose the ways of this world and they transgressed the Heavenly Father's laws, statutes, commandments.
I got precept. God, this is Zephaniah. I got two. This is Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
the day of the Lord is coming, and it's coming faster. The Lord is speeding up the times, you know. And these mighty men, these so-called mighty men, these American soldiers and all that, they're not gonna, that we deem the mighty men in this day and age, you know, they're not gonna know what to do in that time, you know. They're gonna cry bitterly, you know, their destruction. They're gonna see their destruction, you know, happening before their eyes.
Yep. It's all gonna be happening. There's gonna be a lack of food, lack of bread. You know, you're not gonna be able to strengthen yourself, get energy. You're gonna have to find other ways. And it's not just about you, Jake. That got kids.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna find yourself in a terrible situation. You got children nowadays, and you're less fortunate. You have more compassion. You know, now you'll have people that are, you go to a food bank or things like that. It's gonna be a cool world in the time that we're speaking of. Right? Ain't nobody gonna care about your kids. Nobody gonna care about you, your mother, or anything like that. Right? It's gonna be a cool world. And the only power source that's gonna be protected is our Heavenly Father. Right? And that's why we're telling you to come to Him now, because soon it's gonna be too late.
Right. It says it's hastened greatly. It's fastly approaching.
Yeah.
You know, knowing that the time is short, you know, what manner of persons ought ye to be in the whole of conversation godliness.
Right.
You know, the time is short. You know, people, you got family members talking about, you know, 2020, 23, this. I'm like, damn, it's just like, I don't know how 2023 is going to be looking.
Exactly.
It's going to be bad, though. It's been the point. We're at the point of no return for Babylon the Great.
That's right.
I got Amos 5:18. This is Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. So what end is it for you?
You know, death and destruction unto you that desire the day of the Lord. You know, what end is it for you? You know, are you serving the Heavenly Father? You know. And chances are, you know, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're not, you know.
And what's going to be the end of it for you? You know? It's going to be, like what we've been going to, the pestilence, the famines, you know, different disease like the brother's going into, the love of many waxing cold, people not showing any compassion one to another. Children, they're gonna, why would they allow children to eat? They like, you can be good at making more babies. You know, and a lot there's cannibalism coming back in a major way.
Then you have to consider, you know, what is it for you? You know, another plague. You have the sword, the modern day killing instrument. You know, people spoiling your goods in that day. You know, and the day of Yahweh Shemel Shah. You know.
And that's why when Esau Edom comes with that sea head, a lot of our people are gonna take it. Because a time like none other is coming to them, like bro's going, no food, right? They've never experienced no food in the grocery stores, ever, you know, not a grocery store, in the whole city. You know, scarcity of food, only food that's left is the ones in their pantries. You know? They've never experienced anything.
Boy, they haven't even, if you look, one of the ones that stored up canned goods and foods, now you are a target.
Yep.
You know, if you store that much, you gotta have a security system.
They had a show on it called Extreme Coupon, where they would get like a bunch of coupons, and then they just spend like 30 cents for like $2,000 worth of food.
Yeah.
And they show their crib, and they got this canned goods, everything you could name is up in there.
Exactly. And people are going to be breaking off into groups. And if you want to be, if you're a female, if you want to be of any importance, you're going to be like, oh, I know this person that has all this food. Let me show you the way. You know? All the way.
One more thing I just want to add, you know, along with what it tells that day of the Lord, you know, if you're really looking at it now, you got that price of inflation, you know, that's saying Revelation 6, you know, wheat for a penny, and so on and so forth. You know, your day's wage is going to be what you need to eat off of. You know, so that's what the day of the Lord intends.
those are some high food. The whole day wage, you know, is enough for a man of moderate appetite.
That happened over in Jamaica. Apostle Jahar put out the order to send what you can.
Okay, yeah.
It's like $300 for a carton of bags.
Damn.
You know. Now imagine that coming out here, the land of America, the untouched land.
Yeah.
You know, they never seen something that drastic before. You know, that recession we had in 08 don't compare to what's going on in Jamaica or these third world countries.
Yeah. And they're already getting people, you know, with the habit of stealing.
Yeah.
You know, and the people who work there not being able to do anything. So that people who have the money, they can be like, well, these guys cutting the line, they just taking and walking out of the store. Well, I'm gonna do that. And then before you know it, all chaos is gonna break loose. In a matter of hours, those grocery stores that could have had food for people is gonna be empty.
Yeah. Not gonna
Nope. Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and the bear met him. Hope he scratched this shit.
Look all that goddamn noise, but he gonna drive slow with a fucking bump.
This shit too low. He can't even drive.
Fucking losers, man. You don't pay for shit like that. They tell us to get a light. They tell us to get, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, he crashed this shit. That's what you have to get, bitch. Let me just finish this verse and we can close it out. The water, bro. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went to the house and leaned his hand upon the wall, and the serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
You know, you escape one trouble, and it goes to another trouble, and that trouble intensifies, and you lead to you know, you go through that hell situation, ultimately to be stricken with more hell. And, you know, ultimately the Lord, like it said in Jeremiah 11:11, you know, he's gonna let you remain in them bad times, you know. And ultimately that's gonna be your downfall and destruction.
That's right. It said no brightness, meaning you ain't gonna see no glimmer of hope during those times. Only the men of the Lord, we are the only ones that are gonna have hope in that day. Those that have Yahweh Shema Shai on their side.
Isaiah 65, you know, the men of the Lord are going to eat and they're going to drink. You're going to have vexation of spirit, you know, and you're going to be ashamed in that day, you know, because you ain't hearkening to the Heavenly Father. You ain't choose to have faith in the Heavenly Father, and you ain't fear and move in a manner which is well pleasing unto Him. So, you know, with that, you know, we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father as long as you got His Son.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Karkadash.
You know, double us apostle elders that taught us the 100% truth of this King James Bible and Apocrypha. And it was, like, again, it was a beautiful week prophesying the downfall and destruction of this wicked simple kingdom. So next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.